800-683-8058. That's 800-683-8058. Legal tax defense, standing between you and the IRS.
Chicago weather is tough. Your home siding should be tougher. Hardy Siding is engineered for our climate. James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Learn more at jameshardy.com.
Game 2 of 3 between the Cubs and the Rockies this evening. First pitch just minutes away. I'm Judson Richards. We'll have your national anthem momentarily. Time now for Who Are You Banking On, sponsored by Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth. Since 1868, I'm banking on Alex Bregman to have a big night tonight. He's hitting .318 in his last 6 games. Our pitching matchup, sponsored by Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Enjoy the laid-back experience of Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Cubs send Edward Cabrera to the bump. Cabrera 4-3 with a 4.86 ERA. The Rockies counter with righty Ryan Feltner, who is 2-2 with a 5.20 ERA. Time now for a round baseball scoreboard. We'll give you one score. A couple of first-place teams, Yankees and the White Sox. The Yankees up 3-1 in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Lauren Hall has our national anthem coming your way from a pretty night at Wrigley Field right now.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Bravo, Lauren Hall here at Wrigley Field. Our national anthem sponsored by the Salvation Army Adult Rehabilitation Centers and thrift stores, fueling recovery, hope, and second chances. Before we step aside, let's pause 10 seconds, allow stations to identify themselves. You're listening to Score, Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Rahimi, Harris, and Grody, middays 10 a.m. to 2 on 104.3 The Score. This is the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network, WSCR, WSCR-FM, and HD1 Chicago.
And with that, we say goodbye for the pregame show. Coming up, it's Zach and Coom. It's the Cubs and the Rockies from Wrigley. Next, you're listening to Score, Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Chicago. This is Dansby Swanson. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
7 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Do you own a manufacturing facility? Energy typically represents the largest cost in running your business. Properly insulated systems installed and maintained.
This is going to be one of those games that you're going to have to fight the elements. Wow! And I don't think that'll be the last bat toss we see tonight.
I would imagine not. As he slid behind Neto, took out his legs, but Neto held onto the ball.
Check out what our cameras caught. That's right. Smacking himself in the face when he really likes to pump himself up and make himself angry.
Oh, he used the hand. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, take a bow.
All right.
Absolutely.
And if you want a Cy Young,
73, 5, and 6, I've got an extra 5. And then it says, has worked as a TV commentator. And I did start back in 1978. I did the Yankees and the Red Sox playing the one-game playoff. And ABC said if the Yankees win, Reggie will play, and then you'll go broadcast with Howard Cosell and Keith Jackson. And that's how I started my broadcast. And that's the Bucky Dent home run. So every time I see Bucky Dent, I go, thank you for making me a broadcaster.
They say it's a game of numbers. Pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Mi trabajo es sencillo, cachar ese ritmo que solo nuestra gente tira y regarlo por toda la temporada. Flow mayor is where all those rhythms meet. Porque el flow no es de un solo jugador, es de un corillo entero que prende estadio. De San Diego a Santo Domingo y cada parada en el camino. Cuando estamos activos, la liga sube de nivel. Esto es Flow Mayor.
Sloan, Southwest Airlines, Xfinity, your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers, and Yingling, the oldest brewery in America. And now, here's the Hall of Famer, Pat Hughes, and All-Star Ron Coomer, with all the exciting play-by-play action of Chicago Cubs baseball.
Cubs looking to keep the winning ways going. It's the middle game of their 3-game set with the Colorado Rockies. Hi, everyone. A pleasant good evening to you from beautiful Wrigley Field. Alongside Ron Coomer, Zach Zaidman in for Pat tonight. The Cubs riding high after their Major League leading 9th walk-off win in last night's series opener. They've now taken 4 of their last 5 games. Tonight, it's right-hander Edward Cabrera starting for the Cubs, while fellow right-hander Ryan Feltner goes for Colorado. Let's get right to the starting lineups. Sponsored by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. For Warren Schaefer's Rockies, a record of 27-46, last place in the National League West. Jake McCarthy is the leadoff man, and he's in right. Willie Castro at third. The first baseman is T.J. Rumfield. Batting cleanup, the designated hitter Hunter Goodman. Troy Johnston in left. The center fielder Cole Carrig. Batting seventh, catcher Brett Sullivan. Ezekiel Tovar at short. And hitting ninth, Edouard Julien, with right-hander Ryan Feltner on the mound. For Craig Counsell's Cubs, a record of 38-35, third place in the National League Central. Red-hot Pete Crow Armstrong is the leadoff man, and he's in center field. The third baseman is Alex Bregman. Michael Busch at first. The cleanup man is designated hitter Seiya Suzuki. The left fielder, Ian Happ. Nico Horner at second. Batting seventh and playing right, Matt Shaw. Miguel Amaya catches, and hitting ninth for the Cubs, shortstop Dansby Swanson with right-hander Edward Cabrera on the mound. First pitch next, Game 2 between the Cubs and Rockies at Wrigley.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Do you see yourself maybe one day after baseball, like maybe food critic, food writer?
I would love to do that. That's the plan. I've been doing it ever since I was in the big leagues. It's just fun. It's fun to interact with people like the fans, because a lot of my followers are baseball fans. Mm-hmm. So it's nice to interact with them on a topic that's not baseball. A lot of people seem to rally around that. I mean, who doesn't love good food?
The Seattle Mariners have officially found their groove, riding the wave of an amazing run that started in May and has them sailing in June.
And the Mariners sweep the A's.
The secret to their recent success? Power at the plate and dominance on the mound.
Swung on and missed, got him.
The rotation, led by Emerson Hancock, Brian Wu, and Logan Gilbert, has been absolutely electric, shutting down opposing lineups. And while all-star backstop Cal Raleigh remains sidelined, a surge of offensive power has arrived.
A rainmaker to left field. Julio with a bang.
Julio Rodriguez is on fire and flexing his marquee muscle. Throw a locked-in Randy Arozarena and a red-hot Luke Raley into the mix, and you got a lineup firing on all cylinders. Thanks to the run of victories to kick off the summer, Seattle has cruised to the top of the AL West and has the Pacific Northwest rocking. The American League is officially on notice. The Mariners are a problem.
Offense is sputtering, and the guys, have had some of those moments too. That's when you struggle, and the game looks flat when you don't hit. It's not that the players are flat. The game just doesn't look the same when you're not hitting. But right now, the Cubs, had a pretty good finish to the game yesterday. Hopefully, that'll have some carryover.
28-year-old right-hander Edward Cabrera on the mound for the Cubs, 4-3 with a 4.86 ERA this season in 12 starts. The left-handed batting Jake McCarthy will dig in for Colorado, and we're ready for baseball. First pitch on the way is up high for ball one. Cabrera last time out, Coom, beat these Rockies on Thursday at Coors Field. 5 1/3 innings, 2 runs on 5 hits, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. The pitch. McCarthy looks at a strike from Cabrera. Fastball 96 miles per hour. When Cabrera is right, what's right about Cabrera?
Now he has command of all of his pitches. He's got a great arm and great stuff. And, a fastball can be up around 98.
As McCarthy swings and misses at a curve, 1-2.
But the success up and down goes with the breaking ball. If he can throw it for a strike, he uses the fastball, around the edges of the zone to really set up the strikes with the breaking ball, and he's got a couple of them. But at the end of the day, he's got a great arm.
The pitch. McCarthy looks at a ball just off the outside, a curve that missed. 2-2 now the count on the Rockies' leadoff man, hitting at .281 on the year with 4 home runs and 27 RBIs. The 2-2 misses. So McCarthy has worked a full count. That was a changeup from Cabrera low.
So this is the unique thing for Cabrera. The first fastball of the game was just under 97 miles an hour. That last changeup, 95 miles an hour.
Now the payoff pitch. McCarthy hits one on the ground to first, fielded behind the bag by Bush. Underhand toss to Cabrera, covering first in time. 1 away.
A good start for Cabrera. Gets a little two-hopper right to Michael. First inning is powered by Invesco QQQ. Let's rethink possibility. Invesco Distributors Incorporated.
Former Cub Willie Castro will dig in, playing third tonight. He's a switch hitter batting from the left side. Hitting at .282 on the year with 5 home runs and 29 RBIs. Bregman, a third baseman, playing wide of the bag and in the pitch. This is popped up shallow right center field. Shaw's under it. Waits and makes the catch. 2 away as Castro is retired.
He's the guy in that lineup. That, the other guys, Rumfield and Goodman, Johnson, and Garrett can all hit. But Castro, when he's swinging the bat well and running the bases, he can create some other issues. It's good to keep him off the bases today if you're Cabrera.
Another left-handed batter at the plate, T.J. Rumfield, the number 3 hitter. Here's the pitch. Big rip and a miss. And a curveball, 0-1. Temperature 71 degrees on a partly cloudy early evening here at Wrigley Field. Wind blowing out to right. The pitch. Rumfield swings and misses at a curve in the hole, 0-2. The game time temperature sponsored by Four Seasons, your trusted local experts for heating, air conditioning, plumbing, sewer, and electric. Rumfield hitting at .275 on the year. He's got 9 home runs and 34 RBIs. Cabrera faces home plate. Peers in, gets the sign from Amaya, works his motion and deals. And misses with a changeup. 1-2.
Rockies, just the first 3 hitters, done a pretty good job laying off some pitches just down below the zone.
Cabrera fires the 1-2, and this is chopped foul off to the right.
As I say that, Rumfield just swung at a breaking ball down. Perfect. I'm off and running today.
You're human too.
Yeah,
So what you're saying?
Just tell you what I think. It doesn't always work out, folks. I don't know.
The 1-2. High and tight. 98-mile-per-hour heater. 2 balls and 2 strikes. All it means is that Cabrera would have you guessing in the box.
Oh, yeah, he would. He is a guy that it's tough to stay in sync with him.
As Rumfield fouls that pitch back off the screen, count remains 2-2.
Because most of the time when a guy's throwing 98 miles an hour, you know it's coming, right? I mean, you're going to see a lot of 98s. With him, that's not the case. And he'll start you off with a curveball. There's just no real pattern.
And a line drive caught by a leaping Horner at second. That's out number 3. Rockies go down in order in the top of the first. Middle 1. Cubs and Rockies scoreless on the score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs talk to start your day. Mully and Haw. Mornings, 5:30 to 10 on 104.3 The Score.
Coom here. Baseball's been around a long time. Since the 1800s, when pitchers threw underhand. You know what's been around even longer? Yingling. Yingling started.
Now Tyler Callahan. Tyler Callahan hits a high fly ball deep to right field. Do you feel lucky? Callahan's first big league homer is a no-doubter. Magnum force. It's 2-1.
Boy, there's no telling where that one landed, Greg. That one was way, way, way out of here.
That was impressive.
427 feet.
That's some serious power from Tyler Callahan.
I remember the first series I had, the first home run I hit was a grand slam against Seattle, which was the team that I had played for the year before. As we know, Cleveland can get a little cold, so I would wear the dark blue long sleeves. And for some reason, this jersey, I always liked my jersey a little longer. The reasons for it, for a little padding, so when I would slide, I wouldn't get all patched up and roughed up.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Bank account, taxes and fees, extra speeds, vary, use of fiber, coaxial cable.
Hey, Cubs fans, make history with your business in the Village of Bedford Park. To learn more, contact Adam Colopy at ACOLLOPY@villageofbedfordpark.com.
The Cubs leadoff man is presented by Vinny's Beverage Depot. If Pete Crow Armstrong gets a hit, Vinny's Beverage Depot will donate $200 to service dog charities. If you can't find it at Vinny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Bottom 1 here at Wrigley Field. Cubs and Rockies are scoreless. 29-year-old right-hander Ryan Feltner on the hill for the Rockies. Righty-lefty matchup as Feltner faces home plate. Now he rocks back and deals. The first pitch to PCA, drilled deep down the right field line, but this one hooks foul. Man, is PCA locked in.
That's a souvenir. It just hooked foul. It was going down Sheffield Avenue right now as he got a fastball up and out over the plate. That was a pull, just a little early.
The pitch is a called strike, changeup. Near the top of the zone on the outside edge. So PCA in the hole, 0-2. Crow Armstrong locked in. He's reached base safely in 19 straight games, hitting better than 400 during that stretch. The pitch is up high. 1-2 now on PCA. And during that stretch, Coon 16 extra base hits, including 7 home runs and 12 runs batted in. Not bad.
No, when he heats up and he lets this ball carry and get to him,
he swings, and it's a high fly ball, deep right field. McCarthy goes back at the wall. Gone! Leadoff home run for Pete Crow Armstrong. Second consecutive ball game. And the Cubs strike first. 1-0 over the Rockies here in the first.
Fastball inside, inner, probably third of the plate. And he hit the pitch away down the right field line, foul on the Sheffield. Then you make a mistake and you come in, but you don't get it inside enough. Cubs lead 1-0.
A 386-foot drive to straight right for PCA. Now Alex Bregman digs in as Feltner starts him off with a slider for a strike, 0-1. For Crow Armstrong, his 14th home run of the year. Third career leadoff shot. The 0-1. Bregman swings and misses at a slider in the hole, 0-2.
Feltner is a guy, he really rears back and gives you all he's got. It seems like every pitch. But with that being said, I don't think he has good command from what I've seen in the strike zone. He throws a lot of balls in the middle of the plate. And if a guy does that, be ready to hit, you're going to get a good pitch to hit.
Bregman lays off a curveball on the outside, 1-2.
Speed Gun today, powered by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that.
Bregman hitting .360 over his last 7 games, including 2 hits last night. The pitch off the outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Watch Bregman's work earlier today. He took a lot of batting practice today. And it seems like things are getting closer to what he is trying to get accomplished.
Bregman swings and misses. Strike 3, waves at a sinker. 1 away.
That pitch up and away might have been a ball, borderline pitch, pitcher's pitch. But the balance and the swing itself is starting to look more like what we saw in years past. He talks about having the separation not being right and things like that. And now you're seeing it's a much more balanced swing even in batting practice.
Michael Busch swings and misses at a slider, 0-1 the count. The lights are on. Tonight's game is powered by ComEd. Feltner, the right-hander, 2-2 with a 5+ ERA in 8 starts this season. The 0-1 inside to Busch. 1 ball, 1 strike as Feltner misses with a slider. Last Thursday, Feltner, in a loss to the Cubs at Coors Field, allowed 6 earned runs on 4 hits in 4 1/3 as Busch looks at a strike. A sinking fastball, 1-2.
Okay, they're going to go with it again. Feel like a Bosch prediction, brought to you by Bosch Power Tools. Feel like a Bosch? Do you feel like Bosching today?
I do. Here's the 1-2. It's in the dirt. The count is 2-2 with Busch at the plate.
There's no hesitation in that one. That's pretty good. Okay, what do you got?
I don't think Pete Crow Armstrong is done being a factor in tonight's ball game. I'm expecting at least another hit and a spectacular play in the outfield. How about that? Here's the 2-2. Busch check swing at a pitch off the outside on appeal. No swing, says the crew chief at third, James Hoy. Which reminds me, we should announce the umpires. Willie Traynor calling balls and strikes tonight. John Lipka at first, DJ Rainburn at second, and as we mentioned, James Hoy is the umpire at third. Feltner kicks and fires the 3-2. Misses. Ball 4. A sweeper. That was off the outside near the top of the zone, and Busch draws a 1-out walk here in the first.
Yeah, that one looked like he got around it, and it just really didn't break much. Just kind of spun and stayed off the plate away. Good at bat for Michael.
The announcement of the umpire, sponsored by Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. Seiya Suzuki digs in. The pitch is in there for a strike. A fastball clocked at 95 miles per hour from Feltner. Near the bottom of the zone. Right down the middle. Busch at first, 1 down. Cubs up 1-0 here in the bottom of the first. Feltner a long set. And the pitch. Bounced in the dirt, caught on a hop by the catcher Sullivan. Nice play. Busch stays at first, 1-1.
You remember in that game in Colorado, Suzuki with the big hit in that game, a 3-run homer down the left field line, and that kind of broke the ice for the Cubs offense, right? Was it a grand slam?
I thought it was a grand slam, yeah.
But broke the ice for the Cubs offense, and then everything just kind of started flowing from there. And then the Cubs go into San Francisco and win 2 in a row. So, sometimes one big swing can make a big difference for the entire offense. And I think that ball that Suzuki hit really kind of, helped the Cubs offense a lot.
Seiya lines one for a base hit to left. So the Cubs mounting more pressure here in the last of the first. Busch stops at second base. Seiya at first after the single. Cubs already have a 1-0 lead, and now Ian Happ will dig in.
That's the 2-seamer. It's sinker, but did sink. It stayed belt high in the middle of the plate. Seiya hit a bullet to left. Defensive alignment, sponsored by Fitzgerald Equipment, material handling handle. Learn more at FitzgeraldEquipment.com. So they're playing Ian straight away. They had center fielder Keurig was playing in left center for Suzuki. And everybody's going to play deep. The wind is blowing out to right center today.
The pitch. Happ grounds one. Fielded on a backhand by Rumfield. The second for one. Tovar to first. Not in time. So Happ beats it out. Stopping at third base is Bush. Cubs have men at the corners with 2 away here in the bottom of the first.
Boy, risky throw by the shortstop Tovar to a on-the-run pitcher. You know, and that's one of those plays with a man that's at second base. Any mishap at all, a run scores. They did not get Ian, and Eltner was late getting to the bag. That Rockies got pretty lucky that they didn't give up another run there.
All right, so here's Nico Horner. Great opportunity here to break out of his slump. Horner with men at the corners, 2 away. Cubs up 1-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. Righty-righty matchup with Feltner on the hill. Here's the pitch. Nico swings, and a ground ball fielded wide of third by Castro. Throw to second in time for the force. And that ends the first. Cubs leave 2, but score 1 on the leadoff shot by Pete Crow Armstrong. 1-0 Cubs as we head to the second on the score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Listen for the great Cubs guests all season.
There's so much history right here, and when I put it on and it's so light, it just feels just right. It feels just right. I mean, look at this. It got the city on it. When I was 7 years old, my uncle takes me where? To Shea Stadium. Darryl Strawberry hits a home run, and I become a fan for life.
Chico to the belt. Checks the runners. Belliard trying to hold Ramirez close. And what happened?
A wild pitch. That one goes into the seats. All right, in unison, just a little outside.
Sometimes you come to a baseball game and you see something you've never seen before. I guarantee you will see that again. and again. And again.
Homered in the first, his third leadoff home run of the postseason. Oh my goodness! Shohei Ohtani! Wow! Up and over the roof! A majestic blast! Ohtani drops jaws everywhere! And it's 4-0 Dodgers!
117 off the bat, 469 feet. He is the first Dodger to ever have 2 multi-home run games in the same postseason.
Second inning brought to you by Sea Glass Wines, official partner of the Cubs, bringing the California coast to you wherever you go. Here's Zach.
Thank you very much. Judson Richards with us tonight. Happy to have him aboard as I fill in for Pat. Ron Coomer's along. Our engineer is Rich Wyatt. Top 2, Cubs with a 1-0 lead. Hunter Goodman at the plate. He swings and taps one up the third base line. Softly fielded by Amaya. He whirls and throws to first in time to get Goodman. What a play by Miguel Amaya. 1 away.
Well, chopped right in front of home plate and just dribbles down, goes into the infield grass by about 5-6 feet. Amaya comes out and grabs this ball barehanded and then just fires. This is a very difficult throw. Your back is basically to the first baseman until you totally turn and then fire away. Great play by Amaya.
Troy Johnston at the plate. The Rockies left fielder, and he looks at a fastball off the outside. 1-0 the count. Cubs with a 1-0 lead over the Rockies here in the top of the second. Pete Crow Armstrong with a leadoff shot for the second consecutive game. And if I'm not mistaken, PCA has 3 leadoff home runs in his last 4 games. The first 3 of his career.
Yeah, that's right.
Righty-lefty matchup as Cabrera kicks and delivers. Johnston looks at a ball low, a curve that missed. 2-0. Cubs wearing their traditional home white uniforms with the blue pinstripes, the iconic Cubs logo on the front left part of the jersey. Blue numerals and lettering on the back outlined in red. Here's the 2-0. Johnston swings, line drive to left. Right there, Ian Happ makes the catch and above the head. 2 away. Cubs wearing the blue caps with the red C on the front and a whole variety of different shoes. Cabrera powder blue shoes tonight. Cubs are wearing blue socks, but you can't see them on most of the players except for Dansby Swanson, who wears the pants hiked up high to the knees. Cole Carrig digs in. Switch hitter batting from the left side and looks at a changeup low. 1-0 the count. The Rockies wearing purple jerseys with black numerals and lettering outlined in white. Gray pants, black batting helmets. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss by Carrig. So 1-1 the count. The uniform description sponsored by Benjamin Moore. On the field or walls of your home, the right team and colors make all the difference. Official paint of the Chicago Cubs. Bregman playing on the infield grass wide of third with Carrig at the plate. The pitch is low. 2-1.
Cabrera, a little backdoor hook there to Carrig. I think he's another one of those guys you try to stay away from that inner half and make him hit the ball away. He's got a very quick bat.
Cabrera peers in, acknowledges the sign from Amaya. High leg kick and pitch. Carrig fouls it out of play. Left side, second deck. 2-2.
Just beautiful night here in Chicago at Wrigley Field. We are going to have, this got to be close to, if it's not a sellout, it's close. Rooftops packed. Neighborhood was packed coming into the ballpark today.
The 2-2 is low. Carrig has worked a full count. Well, you're right. When the weather is like this in Chicago, you don't want to stay indoors.
No.
You come out to the ballpark.
That's it. Nothing like Wrigley Field during the summer.
Cabrera delivers. Carrig swings and misses. Strike 3. Got him with a fastball, 99 miles per hour. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers are brought to you by our Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Middle.
Up the middle, diving play by Swanson to first. What a play! Volpe on the backhand, goes to third brilliantly for the easy out.
Leday coming up hard. It falls. Rounded third. Leday fire. Oh, it's there! He's out! What a play by Leday!
Charging in and making a diving catch, Barracoto.
Going back is Reynolds at the wall. Up and he makes the catch to Rob Ohtani of the home run.
Line drive towards second base on one hop. A nifty pick by Holiday and got him. That might be the best play on grass.
Raley backed up to the wall and he makes the catch. Line to right. Nootbaar comes in and makes a sliding catch.
Tommy Troy makes another sliding grab out there. The answer is Kevin McGonigal with the glove at Comerica Park.
Putting on a show. And it's Vasquez who makes a sliding grab. Back trio, and he leaps and makes the catch. Bangs up against the wall.
I'm impressed.
So bubble wrap, huh?
Yeah, came with my couch. Financial protection for today and tomorrow. Old National Bank. Just another reason to get old.
Swing and a foul tip, and he's down on strike.
And of course, the lowest prices every day on top brands like Samsung. Visit grandappliance.com for full details.
Bottom of the second inning, 1-0 Cubs with exclusive space in the first row of the left field bleachers. The Cutwater Corner includes a snack and beverage package, along with incredible views of the game and a lively bleacher atmosphere. For details, visit Cubs.com/premier. Here's Zach and Coop.
Thank you very much, Judson. Man, the Cutwater Corner looks packed tonight. Bottom of the second inning, Cubs with a 1-0 lead over the Rockies. The middle game of this three-game set. Pete Crow-Armstrong leadoff shot in the first. Matt Shaw digs in, right-handed batter against the right-hander Ryan Feltner, who works his motion and deals, and Shaw looks at a strike on the outside edge. Fastball clocked at 94 miles per hour. Partly cloudy early evening here at Wrigley Field. Temperature in the low 70s. Wind blowing out to right. The 0-1. Big swing and a miss by Shaw. Had a slider in the hole, 0-2. Thought it was interesting, Kuhn, listening to Craig Counsell in his postgame press conference yesterday following the victory. Matt Shaw had the walk-off walk, but also had an RBI triple in that game. And said, I've got to find more ways to get Shaw in the lineup. He's the right fielder tonight, the 0-2. And a line drive, base hit into center field. Shaw with another hit.
Now Matty gets that fastball up and out over the plate. Either fastball or cutter, something hard and up. Might have had a little wrinkle in it, but it didn't move a lot. Matty just hit it right back where it came from.
So here comes Miguel Amaya, hitting at .219 on the year, 3 home runs. Right-handed batter. Shaw with good speed at first. He's got 3 steals this season, being held on by Rumfield. Feltner works in the first base side of the rubber, sets above the belt, and the pitch. Amaya swings, and it's a line drive into the power alley in right center field. It'll drop in and roll all the way to the wall. Around third, and coming home is Shaw. The Rockies are saying the ball is stuck in the alley. The umpires have not said ground rule double just yet, so Amaya heads to third. And now the umpires are going to get together.
No, it'll be a double. Ground rule double. The mistake that was made by Kerrigan center is he went in trying to get the ball, and that is a no-no. You absolutely don't do that. You know, and these guys don't play in a lot of ballparks where, you know, there's different ground rules, but the ball was stuck. As soon as the ball goes into the ivy, if you don't see the ball immediately, it's going to be a ground rule double.
So Shaw has to come back from the dugout and return to third base. Amaya with a ground rule double, but the Cubs in business here in the top of the second. Men at second and third, and no one out. The number 9 hitter, Dansby Swanson, duo.
Cubs really need Dansby to make some contact.
Pitch low and outside with a slider, 1-0.
He is going to get some sliders away, I would think, in this at-bat. See if he can dial into right center just like Amaya did.
Rockies kind of playing the infield halfway in. Time called by the home plate umpire, Willie Traynor. Swanson was not engaged with the pitcher. You've got to wait for the hitter to be engaged in the box, looking at the pitcher before the pitcher can work his motion. Now we're ready. Righty-righty matchup. Here's the 1-0. Swanson looks at a strike on the outside edge. Another slider from Feltner, 1-1. Doubles by Cubs batters, sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Reliable, comfortable, convenient. Southwest just makes sense. Cubs up 1-0, looking for more here with men at second and third and no one out in the second inning. Shaw with a leadoff single. Amaya following with a double. There it's second and third. The pitch. In the dirt, squirts past the catcher. Sullivan trying to score. Shaw, he's in there safely. Sullivan retrieved the ball, tried to dive back and tag Shaw, couldn't do it. And it's 2-0 Cubs.
That's a breaking ball in the dirt. Sullivan can't block this ball. And it actually hits the home plate umpire, Willie Traynor's shin guard, and goes kind of towards the on-deck circle, but not very far. Matty gets a great break off third base and then a little head-first dive and just avoids the tag of Sullivan enough to get in close play at the plate. Both guys diving at home plate, but Matty ends up being safe.
The pitch to Swanson is off the outside, 3-1 on the wild pitch. Shaw scored and Amaya advanced to third. No one out here in the bottom of the second inning. The Cubs with a 2-0 lead over the Rockies. Infield remains halfway in. Feltner delivers. Swanson swings and misses at a sinker. 3-2. Dansby on the year hitting at 176. He does have 7 home runs and 28 runs batted in. Pete Crow Armstrong on deck. And the pitch. A ground ball, diving stop to his left by Tovar. Throw to first in time to get Swanson. Amaya stays at third, one away.
It's one of those situations where Amaya, being at third base, doesn't run well. And once the ball is caught, he's going to hold on at third base. If that's Matty at third, he would have scored easily. But fortunately for Dansby, that didn't work out real well. Now the same situation for Pete. You got to get this ball up and out of the infield.
The pitch. Carl Armstrong swings and misses at a change, 0-1. Wind continues to blow out hard to right. Amaya at third, one down, bottom two. Cubs with a 2-0 lead. Infield halfway in for the Rockies. Righty-lefty matchup. Feltner delivers. Carl Armstrong another swing and miss at a change in the hole, 0-2.
Back-to-back off-speed pitches down below the zone. Pete chased both of them. Now you just need to shorten up, put this ball in play somewhere. Feltner, one of those guys, just because it counts as 0-2, he could throw one right down the middle. You just never know.
A long set. Now the 0-2. Carl Armstrong taps it foul behind the plate. A third straight changeup from Feltner.
Yeah, I think Pete's seen his last fastball of the day in the strike zone. He saw two of them in his first at bat, and they both ended up leaving the yard. One fair, one foul.
That's how you know you're locked in. The 0-2. Up high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That was a breaking ball from Feltner.
Yeah, Feltner there, he fell off the mound that pitch. Lost his balance.
Amaya at third base, 1 down, 1-2 the count on Carl Armstrong. Feltner works his motion and deals. Up high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Another changeup from the right-hander Feltner. Feltner's 29 years old, 6'4", 200 pounds. 4th round pick back in 2018 out of Ohio State. Time called. PCA adjusts the batting gloves. It's a new pair. The pair he had on yesterday is headed for Cooperstown after the cycle.
I would think he kept the bat. I wouldn't have given up that bat for anything.
He hit a home run again with that bat. Long set. Now the 2-2. Carl Armstrong swings and misses. Strike 3. Looked like he chased a changeup. 2 away.
Yeah, I'm not real sure if Pete got a strike in that at bat. That's one of those ABs, just a little over aggressive. Cubs need a big 2-out hit from Bregman.
Maya at third base. As Koo mentioned, 2 away. 2-0 Cubs here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Bregman struck out swinging his first time up. The pitch is up high. Curve, 1-0. Now the infield back for the Rockies as Feltner delivers. Up high, 2-0 now.
Feltner's thrown, like he's having an issue, and I'm not quite sure why, but they're thrown 3 pitches, thrown 2 to Pete, now 1 to Bregman, where the ball has just kind of slipped out of his hand, just squirted out, not even close to the strike zone.
The pitch, up high, 3-0. Another breaking ball from Feltner. Now, given what you just described, if you're Bregman, are you taking here?
I'd take here. He's not come close to the strike zone. 2 pitches have been shoulder or higher.
Here comes the 3-0, and that floats into the zone for strike. Sinker, 94 miles per hour, 3-1.
So now if you're Bregman, he's thrown 3 breaking balls, not close, fastball in the zone. Look dead red and be on time with the fastball.
Let's see, the 3-1. Bregman swings, and it's a pop fly, shallow right, down the line, racing over 3 Rockies. It drops foul on the side track and bounces into the stands. So they'll do it again, 3-2.
Well, he got a fastball there. He's just a little late on that fastball on 3-1.
Pete Crow Armstrong, a leadoff home run. And here in the second, Matt Shaw scoring on a wild pitch, 2-0 Cubs. Looking for more with Amaya at third and 2 away. Bregman at the plate with a full count. Feltner is ready. The kick and pitch. Swinging a foul back.
That was a good aggressive swing. That pitch might have been high, but that was an A swing. He was on the speed of the fastball. There was might have been chest high, but he was on time with that heater.
Center fielder Carrig playing Bregman to pull toward left center. Now the 3-2. Bregman hits it foul. That might have taken a bite out of the catcher Sullivan. So the home plate umpire Willie Traynor walks a little bit up to the mound to personally throw the ball back to the pitcher Feltner. 3-2.
Wind's still blowing out here in Wrigley. It's blowing out probably more to straight right than it is or right center. So any ball hit to the middle of the diamond is going to really carry.
Bregman waits. The 3-2. Low and outside. Ball 4. Excellent plate appearance by Bregman. Now the Cubs have men at the corners, 2 away, and Michael Busch 2 up.
Here's where the Cubs need a big swing of the bat. Busch walked in his first at bat. He was in 1-2 was the count, and then worked the walk. Right now, Cubs need Bushy to be on time with one of these pitches. Wind blowing out to right. He's just got to square it up pretty good to hit one out of here to right field.
Walks of Cubs batters sponsored by It'sNotAGameIllinois.com. Reminder, a walk is free, a DUI is not. Drive sober or get pulled over. Michael Busch, after that walk in the first, now riding a 22-game on-base streak, during which he's batting .316 with 4 home runs and 15 runs batted in. Amaya at third base, Bregman at first. Cubs up 2-0 with 2 away here in the last of the second. Ryan Feltner, first base side of the rubber. Here comes the pitch. Up high, 1-0.
So now if you're paying attention, which all the guys are watching and seeing what he's doing, he's having a real hard time with his breaking pitch, throwing it over for a strike. It's not coming out of his hand normal. So the pitches he was able to throw a strike was a fastball. I'd be on the heater.
The 1-0 is low and inside. That was a sinking fastball. 2-0. Busch overall this year hitting at .251 with 8 home runs.
This ball has a chance of going a long way. If he throws a fastball here, Bushy should crush this ball to right.
Busch steps out of the box. Now digs back in. Left-handed batter against the right-hander Feltner. As Koo mentioned, the wind continues to blow out to right. Here's the 2-0. That's a called there that spun into the zone. 2-1.
It's a good take by Michael. You know, if you're looking dead red and that's all he's thrown for a strike, and he does spin a breaking ball, you got to take it.
Yeah, it was right at the top of the zone on the inside edge. 2-1 the count. The pitch. Busch swings and misses. Slow-moving breaking ball. 2-2.
That might have been the best curveball he's thrown today. That one actually right where he wanted it, down and in.
Amaya's at third. Bregman's at first. 2 away. 2-2 the count with the Cubs up 2-0 in the second. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 as Feltner gets Busch with a changeup. Cubs leave 2 but score 1. 2-0 Cubs after 2 on the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Every strikeout and home run is heard right here on 104.3 The Score and the Cubs.
Guess who that is? Roger McDowell.
He'll be all right.
He put this show on, and he got a standing ovation.
Sitting off for the Dodgers and batting.
Well, the Mets really trying to turn it around. They do, however, trail in this ball game 4-0. I love that.
He leaps, he
play by Volpe, the shortstop. Glove spins, throws to first in time. What a play.
Tommy Troy with a terrific diving grab. Another spectacular play at third by the 10-time Gold Glover.
Sanchez reaches up and makes the catch.
Jump through to first, Caballero in time. What a play by Caballero.
Dives and makes the catch on the track. Jace Bowen laying it out.
Junior dives like Superman and makes the catch.
Then a leaping grab by Delgado along the line. Caught the ball and doubled him up. How about that? Beautiful play by Brett Beatty, who's having himself an afternoon.
And caught by Volpe. Ball game over.
And Lee makes the catch. Oh, baby, what a play. Caught by Madrigal.
The hops of the Magic Man.
Throws it all the way to first.
After 2 innings to play, Cubs lead the Rockies 2-0. It was 68 degrees at first pitch. Time and temperature sponsored by Circus Sports. Sports betting the way it should be with no bet fees. Here's Zach and Coon.
Thank you very much, Judson. Brett Sullivan will lead things off for the Rockies here in their half of the third inning. Edward Cabrera on the mound. He's retired the first 6 hitters he's faced. Cabrera facing home plate, first base side of the rubber. Now he whirls and deals. The pitch to Sullivan is up high for ball 1. Fastball 97 miles per hour. Guys, we've got to play the Binny's Beverage Depot attendance game. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking. The pitch, Sullivan pops it up, shallow center, dropping back. Swanson, the shortstop, giving way now to the oncoming PCA, and Crow Armstrong makes the catch in shallow center field for out number 1.
Good start to the inning. Good call by Pete. Dansby is very good at going out for pop-ups, but with this wind blowing out, the ball's really going to carry out to the outfielder. So as an outfielder, you got to be very aggressive coming in for the short fly ball.
Here's Ezekiel Tovar, the number 8 hitter. The Rockies shortstop, batting .217 this season with 5 home runs. Right-handed batter stands deep in the box, hits out of a crouch. Cabrera delivers, and Tovar chops one wide of third. Fielded by Bregman. Sidearm throw across in time. Tovar's done. 2 away.
A little two-seamer starts out away, and I say little two-seamer. It's 97, 98 miles an hour, so I don't know about little, but it's a good two-seamer, and he gets a little one-hop roller right over to Bregman.
2 down, top 3. Cubs with a 2-0 lead over Colorado. Game 2 of a 3-game set. The batter now, Edouard Julien. The Rockies' second baseman. Former Twin, hitting at .226 on the year. 2 home runs. Cabrera works his motion and deals. And Julien looks at a strike. Changeup. Clocked at 93 miles per hour, 0-1.
Third inning is brought to you by Consumers Credit Union. People in your corner who stand up for you wherever you go. Consumers Credit Union.
Bregman playing where a shortstop normally would. The pitch is swung on and missed. 0-2. They've been tapped at the plate. Foul. Julien crowds the plate, hits out of a crouch, uses a toe tap. A long set by Cabrera. Now the 0-2. Ground ball hits softly wide of first, fielded by Bush. The toss to Cabrera, covering first in time. Out number 3. 9 up, 9 down. Middle 3. Cubs up 2-0.
Now representing the organization, Jim Leland and A.J. Hinch are presenting Miggy with a customized set of cleats made by renowned artist Marco Turzo, made from several significant baseballs from Miguel's career. The cleats are presented on a base representing the time he spent at both third and first base in his career.
Here we are, Arlington, Texas. This is the Graham Slam Burger. So 2 patties, brisket, caramelized onion, American cheese, ranch aioli, or ranch mayo, if you will.
Oh yeah, we're in Texas.
Yeah.
It's something that you definitely want to take a picture of and just put on the gram. I took a bite of it, but it still looks dope.
It's a burger that looks great, but also delicious.
And now Pete Alonso. First pitch swing. fastballs simply do not go.
Man, you talk about an offensive explosion for the Orioles in this inning. They've had some really quality at-bats. Boos had to work awfully hard, tries to get ahead here, and Pete does not allow it. Pete just says, all right, you're going to come over the plate, I'm going to be ready. That's what Pete does.
A 439-foot behemoth.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Consumers.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
2-0 Cubs in the bottom of the third inning. Save Suzuki will get the Cubs started. Who's on deck? Sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com. Here's Zach Zaidman.
Thank you very much, Judson. Suzuki singled his first time up. Right-handed batter against the right-hander Ryan Feltner, who deals, and Seiya looks at a strike. Fastball, 94 miles per hour, 0-1. It's a great night to be a hitter here at the friendly confines as the wind continues to blow out to right. Now the pitch. Seiya fouls it back off the screen, 0-2.
Seiya wants that one back. That was a hanging slider. Up in the zone, but middle of the plate. He put a good swing on it, just fouled it straight back. We're coming alive all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud partner of the Chicago Cubs.
The 0-2 is low and outside. The count now 1-2 after Feltner misses with a breaking ball. Yeah, we've got to play the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. I guess I'll go first.
I can't believe you waited this long. I know you've been thinking about this all day.
All day. Here's the 1-2. Off the outside, close pitch. A fastball that missed, 2-2. I'm going to go.
Hold on. You're looking around the stadium like you haven't paid attention to the talking. Who are you kidding?
Shh, don't give away my secrets.
Yeah, you're out. Sorry, I've been doing it.
Here's the 2-2. Called strike 3, sinking fastball that froze Suzuki. One away. That pitch was at the bottom of the zone near the outside edge.
Yeah, maybe the best fastball Feltner's thrown tonight. That one starts out off the plate away and comes back to the outside corner. Very good pitch.
So
what do you got, Z?
I'm going to go 37,500. As Ian Happ is at the plate and looks at a fastball for a strike, 0-1.
I'm going to say 36,000.
Right after this next pitch, we'll go to the back row here in the booth. Here comes the 0-1. Happ chops it foul off to the right. Judson, what's your guess?
Gentlemen, I'm going to take the over. I'm going to take 38-1.
And that leaves Rich Wyatt, our talented engineer, as the next man up in the game. After this pitch, Feltner deals. Happ flinches at a pitch high and outside, 1-2.
I'm going to go 38,500.
Weak.
So much for that, Judson.
Jeez. Tough crowd.
Got a small window there.
Nothing like friends up there in the top row.
Yeah, behave up there. The pitch, Happ fouls it back.
Believe me, we deal with it every day. This guy's sitting next to me today. I understand.
Coom, if you're keeping score, why don't you want to win, right?
Do you know what the score is of this so far this year?
Have no idea.
If you do, I'm going to throw you.
What was that?
You heard it.
Oh, yeah. Here's the pitch. Happ swings and misses at a changeup low, strike 3. So 2 down, back-to-back Ks for the right-hander Ryan Feltner. We're in the bottom of the third. Cubs with a 2-0 lead over Colorado.
Pretty good arm action on that changeup down to Ian. Getting a little frustrated with himself that he chased that changeup.
So here is Nico Horner, 0 for 1 tonight. The pitch. Called strike, fastball, 94 miles per hour from Feltner. Right down the middle. The next pitch is on the way. And fouled back by Horner. Quickly in the hole, 0-2. That was a slider. Nico is now 0 for 13 over his last 4 games, including this one. I don't think we've ever seen Horner in the kind of slump he's been mired in lately. Talking about a month here where he's hitting under 200. Feltner peers in. First base side of the rubber, facing home plate. Now he whirls and deals the 0-2. is low and outside in the dirt, 1-2. Nico stands deep in the box, hits out of a crouch, just a tick of an open stance, the 1-2. And a line drive hit to center. Right there's Carrig, and he makes the catch. Out number 3. Cubs go down in order in the third. We head to inning number 4. Cubs 2, Rockies nothing on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Covering every Cubs game all season long, Rahimi Harrison Grody, middays 10 to 2 on.
Chris Sale's 10th start of the season was a beauty. He goes 7 innings, giving up just 1 run, and he is in line for his first win against the Marlins.
An outstanding outing tonight by Trey Savage. 6 innings, 2 hits, did not walk a batter, struck out 8, kept the Yankees off the scoreboard.
11 strikeouts from Kyle Harrison.
Matching a career-long outing for Kyle Harrison and a dominant 2-hit shutout for the left-hander. Wow.
Outman over. Outman with the dive! Superman hit-saving play by James Outman.
Ryan drops his glove on the mound and gives James Outman a standing ovation.
First pitch of the game, the pitcher hits it out. A living, breathing statue, Shohei Ohtani.
You just don't dare take your eyes off of him.
He's a walking history book.
It's ridiculous what he does.
This is going to be one of those games that you're going to have to fight the elements. Wow!
And I don't think that'll be the last bat toss we see tonight.
I would imagine not. As he slid behind Neto, took out his legs, but Neto held on to the ball.
Check out what our cameras caught. That's right. Smacking himself in the face when he really likes to pump himself up and make himself angry.
Oh, he used the hat. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, take a bow.
All right.
Absolutely.
Sponsored by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app. Save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Zach?
Thank you very much. Jake McCarthy leads off the 4th. Line drive, base hit to right. First hit given up by Edward Cabrera tonight. He retired the first 9 in a row.
McCarthy right away. He jumped on that first pitch strike. Got a 1-out bullet to Matty Shaw and right. Cabrera's been good so far. He's been able to mix. His mix of pitches today, I think, and strike to ball have been outstanding so far.
Now the batter, Willie Castro, lines one into the power alley in right center field. It drops in and rolls all the way to the wall. Around third and racing home is McCarthy. Castro stops at second with an RBI double, and the Rockies are on the board. It's now Cubs 2, Rockies 1 here in the 4th.
Well, we talked about Castro in his first at bat. He's the guy you got to try to keep off the base. He had a huge game in Las Vegas right before they got here. And he's one of those guys, and he's an ex-Cub, and so there's that factor also. But he's got a quick bat, and when you can see when a hitter is really confident. You could see that last night in just his at-bats and his approach. And now he hits a bullet in a gap in right center.
The batter, T.J. Rumfield, left-handed hitter. The right-hander, Cabrera, deals and misses up high with a curve, 1-0. Rumfield grounded out his first time up. I should say lined out his first time up. Here's the 1-0. Inside. Cabrera missing with a fastball, 2-0. A hard wind blowing out to right at 15 miles per hour. Castro at second, the tying run, no one out here in the top of the 4th. Cubs with a 2-1 lead over the Rockies. The 2-0 by Cabrera. Rumfield hits a slow-moving ground ball foul off to the right.
That one got him in the front foot.
Rumfield was wincing in pain. Let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on The Score on the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Covering the Cubs and all of Chicago's teams, we are 104.3 The Score, WSCR, WSCR-FM and HD1 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station on the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Top 4 Cubs with a 2-1 lead over the Rockies. Tying run at second in Castro. Rumfield at the plate. Cabrera on the mound. The kick and pitch. And a high fly ball to deep right field. Shaw back at the track near the wall. Looks up. And the Rockies take the lead. 2-run home run, T.J. Rumfield. It's 3-2 Colorado here in the fourth.
As the breaking ball, it stays up in the zone about knee high. Starts out up and then ends up in a good hittable spot. Rumfield he gets a barrel to it. And the fans getting on a youngster who caught the ball in the outfield. He doesn't know the tradition of the bleachers. If you don't know, the tradition is when a home run gets hit bleachers by a visiting guy, you throw the ball back.
Hunter Goodman lines one to Dansby Swanson, who makes the catch. Slight leap, a deep short, one away. I bet you that young fan knows the rules now.
Yeah, he was excited he caught the ball, I think. And he didn't know. He heard about it, that's for sure.
Troy Johnston at the plate and looks at a sinking fastball for a strike from Cabrera. 0-1. Rockies with a 3-2 lead over the Cubs here with one down in the top of the fourth. Moments ago, T.J. Rumfield putting Colorado ahead with a 2-run home run as Johnston looks at a slider up high. 1-1 the count. By the way, the first out sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that. The pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Cabrera took something off that one.
Little running change up there from Cabrera, but still hard at 94 miles an hour.
Johnston calls time, steps out of the box. He's hitting a .315 on the year after lining out to left his first time up. Righty-lefty matchup as Cabrera works his motion. Here comes the 1-2. That's low and inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bregman vacating third, playing where shortstop normally would on the left side. Here comes the 2-2. That's low. Johnston has worked a full count.
Johnston, pretty good hitter. This Rockies team's got some guys. Now all of a sudden you can start seeing this ball club, turning the corner here a little bit. They had their struggles for a few years.
The pitch. Popped up left side, ranging over Bregman. Foul territory. Does he have a play? Yes! Makes the backhanded catch. And gently rolls over the top of the sidewall and uses the netting to brace himself. 2 away.
Well, the wind blowing out to right helps the Cubs here as this ball stays in the field of play because of the wind. As Bregman goes by and then hits that sidewall, it's only about knee high, and he falls into the netting.
Carrick at the plate, looks at a curveball for a strike. 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. Here's the 0-1. Carrick taps it foul off to the right in the hole. 0-2. The side of those low bricks along the line are padded, but the top of the wall is not. Here comes the 0-2. Inside to Carrick, backing him off the plate with a 95-mile-per-hour heater. Carrick made his major league debut last week against the Cubs at Coors Field. He's hitting at .250 with 3 home runs. The pitch, low, 2-2. 2 of those home runs coming against the Cubs.
Yeah, that's another one of the young guys that we were talking about. That quick bat, has some speed, can play the infield and the outfield.
Now the 2-2 by Cabrera. Carrick fouls it back off the screen. Carrick's 24 years old, out of Modesto, California. Played his college ball at San Diego State. 65th overall pick in 2023. And signed a $1.3 million bonus.
There comes JT.
Oh, boy.
That ball's drilled deep to left by JT. It is.
Says James Hoy at third, so it's a full count.
I'd say that money go a long way in Modesto. I played in Modesto, California, in the California League. Might have been a couple years before he was born. This was 1988.
The 3-2 swing and a miss. Strike three. Cabrera gets him with a 98-mile-per-hour heater. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers are brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. But a big top of the fourth for the Rockies. They score 3.
During the offseason of 1888 to 1889, Spalding took a group of big leaguers on the first worldwide barnstorming tour.
This is Spalding.
Yes,
you look at the Spalding, you're like, wait a second, now this is the backstory. Okay, this is great.
Stops included New Zealand, Italy, France, and even Egypt, where they played in front of the pyramids. Spalding's contributions to baseball history don't end there.
Do you know the story of Doubleday and the invention of baseball?
Please
tell us.
Enlighten us.
When a 71-year-old Cooperstown native came forward, baseball officially had a birthplace in Cooperstown.
If I'm in the presence of this baseball, does it give you powers to become a better baseball player?
I've been here 5 years and playing baseball through all of it. I don't think I've gotten better.
And whether it's the World Series or the wonders of the ancient world, there's no debating that baseball connects us all.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Guess who that is? Roger McDowell.
Check him out. He has his uniform on upside down with the shoes on the hand, and it looks like he's walking on his hands. Has his cap hanging down. That's supposed to be his head. Well, the Mets really trying to turn it around. They do, however, trail in this ball game 4-0. I love that.
Siding is engineered for our climate. James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Learn more at jameshardy.com.
Bottom of the fourth inning we go. Rockies take the lead in the 3-2 ball game. Hey, a reminder, Spiegel and Holmes talk Cubs baseball and Chicago sports every weekday from 2 to 6 on 104.3 The Score and the Odyssey app. Here's Zach and Coombe.
Judson, thank you. Matt Shaw will lead things off for the Cubs here in the bottom of the fourth inning. They're down by one after T.J. Rumfield put the Rockies ahead with a two-run shot at the top of the frame. Feltner deals, and Shaw looks at a strike, sinking fastball 0-1. Shaw singled his first time up, scored a run on a wild pitch. Cubs jumped out to a 2-0 lead. Pete Crow Armstrong led off the game with another home run. Second consecutive leadoff shot for PCA. Shaw waits for the 0-1. Feltner, high leg kick and pitch, and this popped up on the infield right side behind the plate. The catcher Sullivan giving chase, but this one is in the stands behind the on-deck circle on the first base line. 0-2.
Now Matty hit a bullet back through the middle in his first AB.
Shaw in the year hitting at .262. 3 home runs. Missed some time with a bad back. Here comes the 0-2. Low and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. But it turned out to be a little bit of a blessing in disguise because during his rehab assignment in Iowa, got to get a lot of at-bats. Routinely was able to play and get himself right offensively. The 1-2. Shaw swings, pops it up. Sounded like a broken bat. Left side. Castro and now the shortstop Tovar calls him off and makes the catch. 1 away.
Pretty good two-seamer in on the hands of Matty. Yeah, when you're, and for Matt Shaw this season, I would guess it's probably the first time in his life that he's ever not been an everyday player.
Right.
Everybody that gets to the big leagues, in our life, we all have been, you're the best player in Little League, you're the best player in high school, you're the best player in college, and through the minor leagues, whatever time that is, if you're going to end up being a big league player, you're usually pretty good, So this has been the first year where he hasn't played every day. So you're probably right. It did him a lot of good to be in Iowa and just, get get the feel of playing every day again and get that swing going.
Miguel Amaya at the plate. Ryan Feltner deals and misses up high with a curve. 1-1 the count. The first pitch was fouled back by Amaya. Now the 1-1 delivery. Off the outside, 2-1. Yeah, I talked about it with Shaw last week in Colorado after he returned to the Cubs. He was working on his lower body twisting at the plate. The 2-1. Here's a called strike curveball on the outside edge, 2-2. And kind of got down in a little bit of a stance. Basically, it's to be more athletic at the plate.
Yeah, you want to be more athletic, and you want to make sure you get a full turn through your swing. So when you swing, you want your torso to go all the way around.
Check swing foul ball off to the right by Amaya, 2-2.
So the thing you don't want is you don't want a lot of movement going forward and back towards the pitcher. But you want to, get your stride foot down and then make sure as you're swinging, you get a full turn. So for a right-handed hitter, your back shoulders should end up somewhere pointing kind of towards where the second base position would be if you're doing it correctly. And I think for some guys, because they're not, their body's not in the right position, you can't get a full turn.
The 2-2, low and outside check swing. Did he go on appeal? No, says John Lipka at first. So it's a full count with Amaya at the plate. So many little nuances. The 3-2. Amaya lines one to left for a base hit. His second hit of the ball game. He doubled his first time up. It comes with one away here in the bottom of the fourth. Cubs down 3-2.
I got a little inner half fastball, four-seamer down. He just smokes this ball in the left. So he's hit the ball right on the button twice, double the right center, and now single the left.
That has to feel good for Amaya. He had been 3 for 13 over his last 7 games entering play tonight. Rumfield holding on Amaya at first. He represents the tying run. 3-2 Rockies with one down in the fourth. Dansby Swanson at the plate and looks at a pitch in the dirt. 1-0. Swanson grounded out to short his first time up. He's hitting at 175 now on the year. Pete Crow Armstrong on deck. There's a big hole on the right side of the infield for Swanson. Feltner deals outside, 2-0.
For Dansby, that hole is there regularly if there's a man on. He's just having a hard time letting that ball get to him. And if you don't let a ball get to you, it's hard to hit it the other way.
Inside as Feltner misses with a fastball, 3-0. So what's the key to allowing the ball to get to you?
You just got to let the ball carry farther and not make your move on the motion of the pitcher, but on the baseball. Seeing the ball and then make your move on the ball.
The 3-0. Inside, ball 4. The Cubs have something cooking here in the fourth. Amaya a single, now a walk to Swanson, and it'll bring up Pete Crow Armstrong. Not before time is called, and the pitching coach Alon Leishman will head out to the mound and have a conversation with the right-hander Feltner.
Kind of an odd breaking ball to end up walking Dansby.
Walks of Cubs batters, sponsored by It'sNotAGameIllinois.com. Reminder, a walk is free, a DUI is not. Drive sober or get pulled over. Now the home plate umpire, Willie Traynor, is saying, hey, let's break up this.
Taylor going back in front of the wall. Makes the catch and bangs into it.
Rayleigh back. He's at the track. He's at the wall. And
with one down in the bottom of the fourth. Colorado 3, Cubs 2. Rockies scoring 3 times in the top half of this frame to take the lead, but it's one of those nights at Wrigley Field with the wind whipping out to right that no lead is safe. You hear the ovation for Pete Crow Armstrong.
Pete chased a couple balls out of the zone in his last at bat. First at bat, he hit one out of the zone, right out of the ballpark.
386 feet to right. Feltner delivers. Crow Armstrong looks at a ball up high, a curve that missed, 1-0. PCA now hitting at .279 on the year, 14 home runs, 36 RBIs. Men at first and second, one away. Feltner sets above the belt, checks second, works his motion and deals. PCA shows bunt, pulls it back, takes a slider for a strike, 1-1.
The Rockies would be ecstatic if he tries to bunt.
And the opposite would be happening in the Cubs dugout if that happened. The 1-1. Low and inside, 2 balls and a strike. So why do you think he showed bunt there?
I don't know.
Well, if you don't know, I'm not going to know.
When you're swinging the bat well and you're hitting bombs regularly, you can't wait to get in the batter's box and swing.
The 2-1. Crow Armstrong pulls it on the ground, foul off to the right, 2-2. That was a slider. Now Pete having a conversation with the home plate umpire, Willie Traynor. What do you think that was about?
Frustration that he rolled over that last breaking ball. Probably asked him if it was a strike.
The 2-2. PCA swings and misses out in front of a changeup. Strike 3. 2 away.
His chase, last 2 at bats, he's just chased some balls out of the zone. And, you know, as hot as he is swinging the bat, I can understand, you know, you want to hit. But if you're the opposing pitcher, you're not going to throw him a lot of strikes.
Alex Bregman digs in, men at first and second, 2 away, bottom 4, Rockies up 3-2. Feltner deals, and Bregman swings and misses at a slider, 0-1. Bregman's 0 for 1 with a walk. .253 batting average this season, 6 home runs, trying to get going here. The pitch. That's a strike. Curveball that dropped into the zone, 0-2. Mentioned earlier over his previous 7 games entering action tonight. Bregman hitting .360, including 2 hits last night. And the 0-2. Bregman pops it foul out of play just to the right of us.
No panic there by you. I was watching you.
Yeah.
It was coming at you, but a little short.
It was soft. It was a soft hit ball. Those screaming line drives foul back, I'm under the table. We're praying that your hands are still major league ready. Here comes the 0-2. Way outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Big gap in right center field for Bregman. He doesn't hit a lot of balls the other way.
Amaya at second, Swanson at first. The pitch to Bregman called strike 3. A slider that clipped the outside edge, but I think Bregman's going to challenge
The previous
this.
pitch was called a strike. The batter challenged it.
Ball strike challenge sponsored by Northwestern Medicine, and
yep, it clipped the
Call
outside
strike is
edge
confirmed. The batter's out.
of the
Chicago has 1
zone
challenge
for
remaining.
strike 3 near the bottom. And the Cubs lose a challenge, as you heard Willie Traynor announce. 1 challenge remaining for the Cubs.
In baseball, it's important to use your head, but it's not always helpful.
It hit him in the head, and
That's gonna be a home run.
Well, Jose, you have company.
And batter beware, the animal is loose.
Can I see that jump again? It looked like Luke Cornett trying to block a 3.
Now, there's top rail, and then there's yelling 4.
Hits him right in the palm of the glove.
It certainly grades an A for effort.
David Peterson on to pitch. Jacob Marcy loses the bat.
Oh, somebody's throwing a baseball up there from the Mets dugout to try and loosen it.
Shot up the middle. That's where Hyer Lee is, and he drops the ball. Unbelievable.
And how about a look at some heads-up defensive plays?
Converging, it's Antonacci with the diving play.
And what a rolling grab by Jorge Barrosa.
It's by the pole, and Siri got it. He went up and got it.
That, folks, is the magic of baseball.
Royo on the spin, smother, got him.
Fundy goes behind the back.
How about that?
This time can't get it, and neither could the fan.
Boy, that's when you don't wear flip-flops.
Caminero strikes out, and the bat gets a 7.5 on the distance. But it's stuck to the landing.
That's poked, and that hits the umpire. The ball is in play, and it's a base hit
for Frazier.
Roberto Ortiz did what he could to try and get out of the way. Couldn't.
Took the wrong direction.
He just didn't know which way to go.
Niles, more than just amazing suits, casual wear, sportswear, and more. Suits 2020, the latest fashions at the lowest prices.
Getting set for the top of the fifth inning here at Wrigley Field. Game 2 of a 3-game set between the Cubs and Rockies alongside Ron Coomer. Zach Zaidman in for Pat tonight. Colorado with a 3-2 lead as the sun begins to set here at Wrigley Field. Edward Cabrera on the mound, Brett Sullivan at the plate, and the first pitch is a called strike, a slow-moving curveball that floated into the zone, 0-1. Sullivan flat out to center his first time up. Bregman playing in wide of third. Cabrera faces home plate. The wind and pitch, low and outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Wind blowing out to right on a partly cloudy evening here at the friendly confines. The 1-1. Sullivan looks at a ball up high, a curve that missed, 2-1. The Rockies took the lead in the fourth, scoring 3 times. The 2-1. Way outside to Sullivan. 3 balls and a strike to count to the Rockies catcher.
Cabrera didn't like that last pitch. That's kind of a non-competitive pitch for him with that 2-seamer. You know, if it's close, you get a swing. You know, it ran well off the plate away.
And the 3-1. High and outside, ball 4.
Back-to-back 2-seamers that ran way off the plate for Cabrera. Now he's going to see if he can get him a ground ball.
Ezekiel Tovar will dig in, right-handed batter. Grounded out to third his first time up, 0 for 1.
Tovar does a pretty good job handling the bat. As we know, there's a big hole on the right side. He has bunted, too, before. We saw that in Colorado.
Bregman playing in at third. The pitch inside. 1-0.
Cubs with a very strange positioning on the field right now, as Nico now is backing up a little bit. Bregman was in at third. Bushy holding the runner, and Nico was, for the first pitch, almost in the baseline in case of the bunt.
Now he drops back the pitch inside. So 2-0 as Cabrera misses with a sinker.
He's having a hard time on that arm side with the 2-seamer running off the plate. That's four in a row on that side of the plate.
Bregman drops back, guarding the line, back of third. Here's the 2-0. Tovar fouls it back off the screen to the right. A fastball from Cabrera, 2-1.
Well, he threw that one, but he threw that one right in the middle. Tovar with a big swing and fouled it back. Now you make a good pitch. Maybe you can get a ground ball to Dansby.
Catcher Sullivan at first. 2-1 the count on Tovar. As Cabrera sets above the belt. Throw to first. Diving back in safely. Sullivan.
And we're coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Righty-righty matchup. Cabrera peers in. Gets the sign from Amaya. And now steps off the rubber.
I like what Cabrera's doing. He's taking his time right now. Through to first. He wants to reset. You know, things aren't going exactly the way he wants them right now.
He's ready. The 2-1. Low and outside. Missing with a changeup. 3-1. Bush holding on. Sullivan at first. Horner playing up the middle just to the right of the second base bag. Cabrera sets, kicks, and fires. Outside, ball 4. And the Rockies.
I think we'll see Tommy Hotovy here soon.
Colorado now with men at first and second after back-to-back walks by Cabrera. And just like you called it, Tommy Hotovy, the Cubs pitching coach,
Yep.
Will make the slow walk out to the mound to have a conversation with Cabrera. The rest of the infield and catcher Miguel Amaya join in.
Well, all of a sudden, Cabrera kind of fell out of sync and lost his release point. So he threw two to walk Sullivan through two sinkers, two seamers that just took off on him inside, then started out the at-bat against Tovar, and both of them well inside. Then you make the adjustment throwing in the middle. He got a break there. That ball's fouled off. Then tried to go away and just missed. So good meeting by Tommy Hotovy just to kind of get him thinking clearly about what he wants to accomplish these next few pitches.
Willie Trainer breaks up the mound meeting, wants to get the game moving along here. We are in the top of the fifth. Rockies with a 3-2 lead over the Cubs, but Colorado threatening again. Back-to-back walks, putting men at first and second for the Rockies with no one out. And the number 9 hitter, Edouard Julien, at the plate. And grounded out his first time up. Left-handed batter against the right-hander, Cabrera. Corner infielders playing in. He shows bunt and pulls it back at a pitch low and inside, 1-0.
Julien taking a long look down at third base coach to see if they're going to keep the bunt on. Cubs were ready for it. Both corner guys were in. Julian's going to try to bunt this ball if he does at Bregman and make him field the bunt.
Men at first and second, 1-0 the count. Corner infielders crashing the pitch. He swings away and fouls it back off the screen.
Julian got a pitch to hit, and they cut him loose to swing. And with the infield kind of, positioned around to play for the bunt, if he puts it in play, he's got a good chance on the ground to get a hit, but he overswung and fouled it back.
Corner infielders still crashing. 1-1 the count. Now Julien shows bunt. Pulls it back. Pitch inside. A change that missed. 2-1. Now Julien entering play tonight, hitting better than 300 over his last 15 games.
Yeah, this Rockies group is, they're steadily improving. You can just see it. We saw it in Colorado.
Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss. And a sinking fastball, 2-2.
Yeah, he was trying to shoot the ball the other way, and Cabrera just threw it right past him.
Bush still playing on the infield grass. 2-2 the count. And now he's being told drop back. Bregman playing wide of third on the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. Men at first and second. No one out here in the fifth. Cabrera is ready. A long set. The kick and pitch. Julien swings and pops it foul out of play off to the left. Count remains 2-2. Julien began his career with the Twins in 2023. Traded to Colorado in January. He's 27 years old, a native of Quebec City in Canada. Played his college ball at Auburn. And I guess when he went down to Auburn, could not speak English. He's figured it out. Here's the 2-2. Called strike 3. Slow moving breaking ball that spun into the zone. 1 away.
Good backdoor hook. This ball starts out going away, and the bite on it comes right back over the inside corner. And now here comes Nick Frangella and Counsell, and Cabrera's grabbing his lower back.
Oh, boy.
Right in the middle of his lower back.
He's having a conversation with trainer Nick Frangella.
Counts is going to say, Counts just shaking his head like you're not staying in. I've seen this look before, and Cabrera's right, upset. So. Yeah, he's coming out. There's no doubt.
This is Cabrera's third start since coming back from the blister that put him on the injured list, and now Cabrera leaves the game with 2 on and 1 away here in the top of the fifth with an undisclosed injury. And we're going to have a pitching change here, but before we send it to a break, I want to remind you that strikeouts by Cubs pitchers are brought to you by our Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. We love our good friends from Hyundai. Still no word on who's going to come into the game, but whoever it is will have as much time as they need to warm up as Cabrera leaves again with an undisclosed injury with 1 away and men at first and second here in the top of the fifth And the Rockies up 3-2. Pitching changes by the Cubs are sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Let's take a break. You're listening to The Score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Chicago, this is Nico Horner. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Okay, class, let's begin.
Psst, love your boots. I just sold a pair like that on eBay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it took like 2 seconds to list, and they sold almost immediately. I've been selling everything lately. Some chunky boots, a faux fur coat I never wore, and a vintage chair that was more of an expensive clothing rack.
You know, I actually bought these on eBay. Wait, are you Kitty Sell Stuff from Brooklyn?
Okay, quiet, please.
Find what you love. Sell what you don't. eBay. Things people love.
Wendy's new Biggie Deals lets you choose whatever you're in the mood for. It's like a music mixing board of deals, and you're the producer. Go with some chill folk music with a JBC in the $4 Biggie Bite snack. Try the drum and bass of deals with a double stack in the $6 Biggie Bag. Or go full-on sandwich symphony with an $8 Biggie Bundle, the grand finale of snacking. And the best part? They all come with napkins. $4, $6, and $8 Biggie Deals how you want them at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
Three-2 ball game. The Rockies lead the Cubs in the middle of the 5th inning as the Cubs make a pitching change. We'll tell you about Ryan Rawlston in just a moment. But first, let's get to our out-of-town scoreboard, sponsored by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app. Save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up out in New York. Not going the way the White Sox hoped. A couple of first-place teams matching up. The Yankees lead the White Sox 11-2. That one is in the bottom of the 7th inning. Looking around the NL Central, Reds lead the Mets 5-3. That one in the bottom of the 7th inning. Brewers atop the Guardians in a tight ball game, 1-0. They're just in the top of the 7th inning there. In St. Louis, Cardinals lead the Padres by a score of 3-1. That game also in the top of the 6th inning. A couple other scores, Zach. The Twins beating up the Rangers 10-1 in the 5th. Tigers atop the Astros 1-0 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Here's Zach and Koo.
So it took about 10 minutes, Judson, for
Taylor going back in front of the wall, makes the catch and bangs into it.
Rayleigh back, he's at the track, he's at the wall, and he makes the catch.
It's hit towards third, caught by Bohm. Ball rattled a bit in his glove, but he hangs on.
Ball on the ground at third. Okamoto dives to stop it. He'll go to the plate and get the lead runner Bohm.
Coming on, Don. He's got to hurry. He slides and makes the play. Beautiful defense out in center.
Slaps one to right field, and a diving catch by Nathan Lucas.
And he hits it up the middle behind second. Caught by Rocchio. Dives, steps through. Double play. What a play by Rocchio.
Grounded to Suarez on the backhand. Fair. Positioned perfectly, and they retire Bogarts.
Back goes Lyle. Back goes Cruz on the warning track. Both there. They collide, and Cruz caught the ball.
A line drive. Diving catch by Geller. On the ground, backhanded by Williams. Quick release. Throw to first. Dug out by Kurtz. They got him.
Flash in the leather.
They say it's a game of numbers, but a flow.
Well, I think for some guys, confidence is a big thing, and the Cubs needed him to pitch well, and, all of a sudden you get thrown into these situations that, you got to just step up and play the game, and, some guys respond well to that. And, they take the little bit of the vote of confidence, even if it's injury related, but you get thrown in there and they just take the, take the opportunity and run with it. I think Ben Brown's one of those. The other guy, I think, but we talk about him a lot, but it's Pete Armstrong. When you look at, the Cubs offense struggling terribly, and they push him up to the top of the lineup, and since he's been at the top of the lineup, he's taken off. So, you never know what pressure does to an athlete, and sometimes, you don't expect to put them in that role, but man, you do, and then they just explode and take off. And I think Rolston's pitching with a lot of confidence.
All right, so we're ready for the resumption of play. Men at first and second, top 5-1 away. Rockies 3, Cubs 2. The batter, Jake McCarthy, a left-handed hitter. The left-hander, Rolston, high leg kick and pitch. And McCarthy loops one, shallow right center field. Racing in, Shaw. It drops in for a base hit. Ball fielded behind Shaw by Pete Crow Armstrong. Now the Rockies have the bases loaded with just one away, and red-hot Willie Castro due up after the blue single by McCarthy.
Yeah, it's a little jam shot. Rolston throws a good fastball inside, and McCarthy just strength, just muscles this ball out over Nico's head. Once it gets past Nico, it's going to drop into short right. Boy, Cubs could use a punch out here. Castro has been hot. Doubled in his last at bat.
Hitting better than 400 over his last 8 games, including tonight. The pitch. Castro swings and fouls it back off the screen. That was a 96-mile-per-hour heater from Rolison. Bases loaded for Colorado. Sullivan at third, Tovar at second, McCarthy at first. Bush playing in wide of first, with Castro hitting from the right side against the lefty Rolison. The pitch is in the dirt, bounces past Amaya, and coming in to score is Sullivan. It's now 4-2 Colorado. The other runners advance. Tovar now at third, McCarthy at second.
Little breaking ball in the dirt, and Amaya tries to slide over, but it's on that side that he's kneeling to where he's got to slide to, and it's tough to move that way. He's unable to block it, and Rolison trying to come to the plate. He's tripped on the mound and fell. He is okay.
Infield now in for the Cubs. One down, men at second and third. 1-1 the count. The pitch to Castro. Pulled on the ground, foul off to the left. 1-2. 4-2 Colorado here in the fifth. By the way, the first out sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that. Tovar at third, McCarthy at first. Good speed on the bases for the Rockies. Castro now on the year hitting at .284 after that ribby double in the fourth. Rolison sets above the belt. The left-hander works his motion and deals. Chopped up the middle, fielded by Swanson. Looks home, but has to throw to first in time to get Castro 2 away. Coming in to score on the play, Tovar. It is now 5-2 Rockies, moving to third, McCarthy.
Now Castro chopping this ball back through the middle. Dansby with the base runner right in front of him. And McCarthy, it kind of blocks the view. He's got to go to the side of him, fields this ball, and Castro drives in that second run of the inning.
So a 3-run lead now for the Rockies here in the fifth. Man at third, 2 away. TJ Rumfield at the plate. The pitch. Rumfield fists one, a little blooper back of third, caught by Bregman in foul territory for out number 3. But more damage by the Rockies. They scored 2 more runs. 5-2 Colorado, middle 5 on the score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Chicago. Diving stop from X. He flops down, tosses to first. That is in time.
Grounded sharply, flagged down by Arenado. Long throw! Got him!
Floater into left center, and it's going to be caught on a diving catch by Rocchio with his back to home plate.
To the wall goes Simpson, and Simpson's got the ball. Took one away.
Short center, long run Carter. Oh, he got it! What a catch by Evan Carter!
Coming in is Carter. He dives and makes the catch.
Charging into Lauder, dives, and he made the catch. Oh, a tumbling grab by Chase DeLauder.
Ground ball to second, backhanded by Rojas. Throws from his knees. Miguel Rojas, ridiculous.
On the run and diving out there is Jackson Merrill.
That ball is caught up against the wall. Jordan Lawler.
James Outman dives, and he makes the catch. Welcome to Detroit.
Diving play Weatherholt from his knees. He throws out Caratini.
Generation of light beer. DG Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Every team needs a closer. Injured? Dial Pound Law. Morgan.
You can see a lot of different characters at the ballpark, and this week brought out some of the best.
Chicago.
Bottom of the fifth inning, Cubs trail the Rockies by a score of 5-2. Hey, Monday, June 29th is the University of Notre Dame night. Fans who purchase tickets through Cubs.com/specials will receive a special edition New Era Cubs and Notre Dame cap. Here's Zach.
Judson, thank you. Michael Busch fouls away the first pitch he sees from Ryan Feltner here in the last of the fifth. Second deck off to the left, 0-1 the count. Cubs down by 3 as Feltner kicks and fires. Busch swings and fouls it away again, almost to the same spot. Second deck off to the left, 0-2. University of Notre Dame night, June 29th.
So you think Counts is going to sign all them hats?
I'm sure he's excited about it. His alma mater. Here's the 0-2. Pulled deep down the right field line, but hooking way foul out of play.
Our president of the Cubs, Frank Kenny, is a Notre Dame guy. ND.
Now the 0-2. Up high to Busch. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
You go there in the fall for a football game, that is about as good as it gets.
Pretty special.
Yeah, it really is.
Feltner kicks and fires. The 1-2. Busch pulls one on the ground, back of first, backhanded by Rumfield, who races to the bag in time to beat Busch. 1 away.
Now, Suzuki's had some good swings. And see if he can get a hold of one here. He singled, hit a bullet in his first AB, then got kind of perfect pitches against him and ended up punching out. But see if he gets a good pitch to handle here.
Yeah, so Seiya is 1 for 2. Powerful right-handed batter digging in against the right-hander Feltner, who works his motion and deals. And Seiya looks at a strike. That's one of those perfect pitches you talked about. Fastball right along the outside edge near the bottom of the zone. 0-1. Seiya, the Cubs cleanup man tonight. The pitch. Slow moving breaking ball that floats into the zone. Seiya flinched, 0-2 the count. Cleanup hitters for the Cubs, sponsored by Chicagoland's appliance leader, Grand Appliance. Get your all-star Samsung kitchen today at grandappliance.com. Now the 0-2. Seiya fouls it back off the screen to the right.
Seiya had a pretty good swing at that pitch, and I like that he let that ball carry a little bit. Right now, the way the wind is blowing out towards right, you don't have to pull the ball. You can take that fastball away and kind of serve it over there, and if you get the barrel on it, it'll fly right out of here.
Seiya waits. The 0-2 delivery. Hit in the air. Deep down the left field line. Is this going to stay fair? No, it hooks foul. It definitely had home run distance, 0-2.
That unfortunately, with the wind blowing out to right, that ball got into the wind and it forced that ball hook even more. Seiya got a little hanging breaking ball, just a little out in front of that breaking ball.
Here comes the 0-2. Seiya fouls it back off the screen. 95-mile-per-hour fastball. Knee high along the outside edge. 0-2 the count. Seiya with 3 home runs in his last 15 games. The pitch. Bounced in the dirt, 1-2. (5-2) Rockies, 1 down. Bottom of the 5th inning here at Wrigley Field.
We'll say this: the Rockies, they are letting their starting pitchers go a little deeper with the pitch counts. That's going to be pitch 101 for Feltner. I mean, you just don't see guys throwing 100 pitches much. You just don't see it.
This might have a reason as to why this is happening. The Rockies have the worst reliever ERA in the majors this season. The pitch way outside. So 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, but
5+ ERA.
Even with that being, you're also pitching at Coors Field, so you got to take that into account. For maybe half a run or so. I mean, it's very difficult. But I like that you teach these guys to, keep going, man. It's a good thing.
Seiya hits one to deep short on the ground. Fielded by Tovar. Rifles a throw to first in time to get Suzuki 2 away.
Sharply hit ground ball right in the hole. Tovar with a nice play deep in the hole. He comes up firing.
5-2 Rockies, 2 away, bottom 5. Here comes Ian Happ.
This will be an AB for Ian. I got to believe he's going to try to look to hit number 17 in this AB.
With the wind blowing out to right and the right-hander Feltner on the mound. Here's the pitch. Happ swings, lines one to right. It drops in for a base hit in front of McCarthy. 2-out single for Happ. And here comes Nico Hoerner.
Fastball away. Ian was right on time. Just hit it off the end of the bat a little bit.
Hoerner's been grinding here. 0 for 14 over his last 4 games, including 0 for 2 tonight. Now time called Warren Schaefer, the Rockies manager, making the slow walk out to the mound. Gets the baseball from Feltner, and we're going to have a pitching change here at Wrigley Field as the Rockies are going to go to the bullpen. All opponent pitching changes are sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more.
They say it's a game of numbers, pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Esto es flow mayor.
It's like, where's this one going and how hard is it going to be hit?
Chapman down the left field line. Crushed it and gone. And only the sign kept it from going out onto Waveland. 16-0. I don't know if I've ever seen anything like this.
Oh my goodness. That was awesome. 110 on a line to the neutral. What the heck?
Do you guys make your own brisket here?
Yes, we do. We are known by our brisket.
Barbecue brisket sandwich. Quality is better than other places, and it looks good. We're ready to eat.
We go to an average 500 briskets per game. We hear a lot from our fans. They want to try something with wrap, easy to eat. So we say, well, let's do like brisket, wrap, and an egg roll.
That's beautiful. You get the gold medal for culinary brisketry here in Texas.
Yes.
Right-hander Blas Castaño is on the mound for the Rockies. Bottom 5, Colorado with a 5-2 lead. 2 out, man at first and Ian Happ. Nico Hoerner at the plate. Wind blowing out to right. Castaño, 27 years old, a 4+ ERA, 9 appearances this season. His second year in the big leagues, broke in last year with the Mariners and pitched in 1 game. And Castaño apparently having some trouble with the PitchCom device, the inner flap of his cap. Yes, now everything's okay. We're ready for the resumption of play. Happ at first, 2 away. Hoerner at the plate, now the pitch. And Nico looks at a sweeper low and outside, 1-0. Big hole on the right side of the infield for Hoerner. Castaño works on the third base side of the rubber. The kick and pitch. Nico swings, pops it foul out of play off to the right, 1-1.
Nico got a good fastball hit, put a big swing on it, just underneath. Fouled it back.
Blas Castaño, B-L-A-S. The pitch. Inside. 2-1.
I've never heard of that first name of you.
I have not. I'm sure there's a story behind it. That would involve the Google machine. Here's the 2-1. Way outside. 3 balls and a strike to count on Nico. All right, we'll fire it up.
Pretty good sized gap in left center field for Nico.
And the pitch. Called strike on the outside edge. Nico had already dropped the bat and he was headed to first. He's going to challenge this.
Ball strike challenge is sponsored by Northwestern Medicine.
And it was a
Call
strike.
strike is confirmed. Chicago is out of challenges.
So the Cubs no longer have any challenges for the rest of regulation. That pitch was right along the outside edge near the bottom of the zone. So 3-2 the count on Nico. Here's the pitch. Ground ball hit to deep short, fielded by Tovar. Belt high hop, throws across in time to get Horner. That is out number 3. We head to inning number 6. Colorado 5, Cubs 2 on the score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Jim Thorpe's resume reads like a work of pure fiction.
So he's in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. He's in the College Football Hall of Fame. He got Olympic medals for the decathlon and the pentathlon.
He's the greatest at
I thought I was an athlete, Lindsay. Thorpe finished his Major League Baseball career with the Boston Braves in 1919, where he played alongside an outfielder named Les Mann.
He invented this particular projector.
And this is not all he's done, right?
He started championing to get baseball into the Olympics. He finally succeeded for the 1936 Olympics, which was held in Berlin.
The German government had discouraged other nations from sending Jewish and black athletes.
We sent over Jesse Owens, and we sent over Mac Robinson, Jackie Robinson's older brother.
Trailblazers like Thorpe and Robinson certainly lit the way for countless others to follow. Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
They say it's a game of numbers, pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Esto es Flow Mayor.
To learn more. That's Grand Appliance, Chicago's hometown appliance leader since 1930.
Cubs fans, it's Pat Hughes. To ensure that your business goals get across home plate, consider relocating to the Village of Bedford Park. Learn more at villageofbedfordpark.com.
Top of the 6th inning we go. Rockies lead the Cubs by a score of 5-2. It is time for this day in baseball history, brought to you by villageofbedfordpark.com. It's time to make history for your business in Bedford Park. Here's Zach and Coon.
Oh, I can't wait, Judson. Here comes the pitch by Ryan Rollison, and it's fouled back by Hunter Goodman. 0-1. All right, go ahead.
All right, you talk about some big shoes to fill. It is June 16th we go, 1995. A pretty good outfielder by the name of Andre Dawson hit his 400th National League home run, 429th of his career, and a 2-1 win over the Phillies. More to come, Zach.
Here's the 0-1. Goodman fouls it back off the screen to the right in the hole. 0-2.
Coombe, do you know what jersey the Hawk was wearing in 1995, who he was playing for?
I don't.
That would be the then Florida Marlins.
Oh, yeah. I should knew that. Yep.
Now the 0-2 delivery by Rollison. Goodman swings and misses. Strike 3. Rollison gets him with a slow-moving curveball. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers are brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers.
And just to close it out, of course, 438 for the career of Andre Dawson. Over 21 seasons played, Coombe. 174 of those, of course, in a Cubs jersey through 6 seasons.
Troy Johnston at the plate. He swings and chops it foul off to the right. 0-1.
How many games did he play for the Cubs?
Six years, 174 home runs.
174 home runs, yeah. He was.
I mean, so much of that was with Montreal.
Yep, absolutely.
11 years with the Expos.
And that's why he ended up coming here.
Yep.
It was because of the natural grass. He wanted to get off the turf and get here, and this was the perfect place for him to play.
Johnston looks at a ball up high, a fastball that missed. 1-1 the count.
And turf then was not like turf today. It's more like asphalt.
Yeah, I played in the Metrodome for many years, 7 years, and oh my, that will beat you up.
Called strike, sinking fastball on the inside edge, 1-2.
Hawk, one of the most vicious swings you would ever see in Major League Baseball. Great guy, too.
The 1-2, a swing and a miss and a pitch in the dirt. Strike 3. Johnson slams his bat on the ground in frustration. 2 away. And you know what that means. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers are brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. The people at Hyundai busy tonight because the Cubs are racking up those strikeouts.
Yeah, good breaking ball by Rolison to get the strikeout and the broken bat. That's always fun to see. I would think if you're a pitcher and a guy slams his bat down on the ground like that, that's just got to make you feel good.
Yeah.
I would think if I were on the mound, I'd be like, yeah, break another one.
Here's Cole Carrick, switch hitter now batting from the right side, and he taps it foul off to the left. Ryan Rollison's got to be feeling pretty good right now. Chest pumped. Carrick is 0 for 2, a couple of swinging strikeouts. Rollison faces home plate. Now he rocks back. High leg kick and pitch. It's low. Check swing. Did he go around on appeal? Yeah, he did, says John Lipka. Carrick turns around in frustration. 0-2 the count.
See what's on tap here in the 6th inning, sponsored by Plate by Yuengling. Next Generation Light Beer. Cubs are going to need to put some balls in flight, down 5-2 with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th for Colorado.
The 0-2. Just missed low. Cubs are out of challenges. 1-2 the count. Is a blazing fastball from Rollison at 97 miles per hour. By the way, the first out sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity. Imagine that. Here's the 1-2 delivery. A check swing. He went around at a pitch in the dirt. Strike 3. Ryan Rollison strikes out the side here in the top half of the 6th inning. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers are brought to you by your...
Let's open this up. Take a look at what we find. Looks like we've got Lauren Shahadi.
Animation is great.
We got Robert Flores, one of the stars of MLB Central with Lauren Shahadi. Then we got Mark DeRosa. Look at that. He looks like Superman, does he not?
Right? He was when he was with the Cubs.
Harold Reynolds looking ripped in a tracksuit in Studio 42. There I am. The hair's on point.
I know this guy.
Look at that jawline.
2 up and 2 down. Here's Matt Olson. Olson swings and clubs one. High in the air to deep center field. Streaking way back to the wall and off the wall. That's a home run above the yellow line. Matt Olson gets us going with a homer to the deepest part of the yard. What a shot. Way up in the air to straightaway center, and it's 1-0 Braves.
That's got to feel good for Matt Olson, getting that goose egg out of his home run column, and there was no question that one was leaving the yard. That was absolutely crushed.
And what do we got?
It's one of those parabolic mics. This is one of the sillier delays that I've seen. Gino hacking his heels a little high. It's airmailed into right field.
Heath at third, backpedaling, and he can't make the catch. That was awkward.
Trying a little trickeration over the field for it. It's worth a shot. Why not?
Oh, that's funny. Wait till they mass market them, like the Grimace.
Yeah.
For you. Partner with the people in your corner today at myconsumers.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
5-2 ball game at the bottom of the 6th inning. Cubs trail the Rockies by that score. Matt Shaw get the Cubs started. Who's on deck? Sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com. Here's Zach and Kuhn.
Judson, thank you. Shaw's 1 for 2 tonight with a single and a run scored. Right-handed batter against the right-hander Blas Castaño, who works on the third base side of the rubber. The pitch is in there for a strike fastball, 94 miles per hour. Had Shaw leaning back, but that pitch was down the middle at the top of the zone. The 0-1 is a called strike. 0-2.
Part of it is windup. The delivery where he's throwing from is in the far third base side of the mound and the rubber, and then he's stepping and kind of going at Shaw and then throwing across his body. So it takes a little bit to get used to seeing that. So you got to kind of hold your ground in that box.
Shaw swings a one-hopper right back to the mound, fielded by Castaño. Underhand toss to Rumfield at first. Out number 1.
Zach, we were talking about Flight by Yuengling last inning. As we'll go through it. the next generation of light beer. It's like, But Yuengling has some people here tonight. Some friends of mine are here with them tonight. And Sam Forsley, who owns a place in Lamont, a nice little establishment called Nick's. And Jeff Forsley, and then my buddy Jeff Schultz is here. So good luck tonight, guys.
Schultzy. Miguel Amaya at the plate looks at a ball up high, 1-0.
So we got Lamont's finest here at the ballpark tonight on Yuengling.
The 1-0. Amaya pulls one on the ground to the left. Bobbled by Castro, retrieves. Throw to first, dug out by Rumfield. Amaya is retired, 2 away.
Castro goes hard to his left. I thought he caught the ball, and then it just came out of his glove, but he recovers and throws out Amaya.
So 2 down. Here's Dansby Swanson, who's 0 for 1 with a walk. But before, actually, you know what? We'll wait for this first pitch. Then we'll do a station identification here. The pitch is a called strike. Let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Talk Cubs with us, Spiegel and Holmes, afternoons 2 to 6 on 104.3 The Score, on Odyssey Sports Station, WSCR, WSCR-FM, and HD1 Chicago.
Swanson looks at a sinker low. The count is 1-1. 2 down, bottom of the 6th inning. Rockies leading the Cubs 5-2. Alongside Ron Coomer, Zach Zaidman in for Pat tonight. Castaño, the right-hander, kicks and fires. Swanson pulls it on the ground, foul off to the left. Count remains 1-2. We want to say congratulations to Cubs clubhouse man Matt Zaruba and his wife Jess. They welcomed a baby girl into the world this morning, in the wee hours of the morning. Hallie Zaruba. The pitch outside, 2-2 the count now on Swanson. Both mom and baby are doing great. And I'm sure Maddie is too. So congratulations to the Zaruba family. That's awesome.
Yeah, very good. Congrats. Absolutely.
Swanson swings and misses strike 3 at a sinking fastball. Cubs go down in order here in the 6th. We head to inning number 7. Rockies up 5-2 on the score in the Northwestern Medicine.
What is it about baseball cards that make them so special? Why do you enjoy doing that?
Well, the biggest thing is I started collecting when I was a kid. O-Pee-Chee was a Canadian hockey league, and then the Canadian football. But I didn't start in the U.S. until I had signed professionally as a ball player. And when I got my first rookie card, and I've got it here with me.
Let's take a peek at that.
1966 with Billy Sorrell.
It's a Lourdes Gurriel dog. That's a nice touch. Pena power.
The perils of wearing earrings when you've got netting on the field.
That young fan, not a Newtbar fan. What a present for mom.
Oh my goodness, look at this guy.
Uso, yeah, Jay Uso, yeah.
Ended up just shot putting it. Not blocking, there's nobody on base.
There's a little debate for Domo and Kim watching the replay together. That's beautiful, isn't it?
It's going to be great.
Back at Wrigley Field, getting set for the top half of the 7th inning. Game 2 of a 3-game set between the Cubs and Rockies. Alongside Ron Coomer, Zach Zaidman in for Pat. Judson Richards is along. Our engineer is Rich Wyatt, helping us blast through the speakers of your radio as well as all of your smart devices. Colorado with a 5-2 lead over the Cubs. We have a new man on the mound, Phil Maton. The right-hander takes over. Brett Sullivan at the plate, left-handed batter. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Cubs jumped out to a 2-0 lead. Pete Crow Armstrong leadoff home run for the 2nd consecutive night. Another run came home on a wild pitch. And then the Rockies went to work, scoring 3 times in the 4th. The pitch. Sullivan out in front of a slow-moving breaking ball. Swings and misses, 0-2. T.J. Rumfield, the go-ahead 2-run shot in the 4th. Rockies added 2 more runs in the 5th. That accounts for our score. 5-2 Colorado here with no one out in the top of the 7th. Maton works on the first base side of the rubber, sets above the belt. A long set, now the 0-2. Sullivan pulls it on the ground, foul off to the right.
Maton's pretty good sequence here of pitches to Sullivan. He threw a good 2-seamer away, clipped the corner, and a couple slow breaking balls. He's got him set up where he could do just about anything as long as he didn't throw it in the middle of the plate.
Here comes the 0-2 delivery. High and outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch and changes by the Cubs, sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Maton delivers. And a line drive, caught by Bush wide of first. 1 away. The first out is sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi, 1 price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that.
And I just got word from Cubs that Cabrera left the game with a right hand cramp. So that, I will say, is about as good a news as we could get for Cabrera leaving the game.
Ezequiel Tovar looks at a sweeper off the outside, 1-0. Just clarifying, right hand cramp.
Right hand cramp, yep.
Cabrera left the game in the 5th inning. The pitch. Tovar takes a strike, a sinking fastball on the outside edge, 1-1. Earlier this season, Cabrera went on the injured list with a blister on his right middle finger. This one, Coon.
That was nice of you.
It's the radio. I just wanted to clarify. The pitch swung on and missed. 1-2.
Feeling good sitting in that chair, aren't you?
Yeah. There's a lot of reporting that's been done in this chair over the years, so I just wanted to continue that.
That guy's name was Hughes, though.
Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer. Very detailed. You'd be proud of me, right? Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. As Maton gets Tovar with a slow-moving curveball. 2 away.
And speaking of our partner, Patrick, he is home. He is fine. He is getting a few days off here, so he is at the house. I'm sure he's had some salmon and some asparagus and sitting by the fire going, have fun tonight, boys. Hanging out with the pups right about now. Yep.
Edouard Julien at the plate looks at a sinking fastball for a strike. 0-1. What was that sound that you said Pat was making?
You heard it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got to be smiling from ear to ear listening to the broadcast. Hi, Pat. We miss you. Here comes the 0-1. Julien looks at strike 2. Another sinker from Maton.
Pat, I don't know if you heard of this guy. I'm thinking but Zach was talking about this guy Wally Pipp all day today. I don't know.
No. If I dreamt it, I'd apologize. Here's the 0-2 delivery.
Even I
misses
can't let
off
that
the outside.
go. He was not. Yeah, no, yeah. I can't even let that one go. That's yeah.
No, it would never happen.
Hope you're having a good night, buddy. Yeah.
He is now.
Yeah.
Here comes the 1-2. Off the outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Maton missing with a curve. Cubs placed closer Daniel Palencia on the injured list prior to tonight's ball game with elbow inflammation. Righty Gavin Hollowell called up from AAA. The pitch, line drive, base hit down the left field line. It bounces off the sidewall, backhanded by Happ in the corner to stop Julien with a long single as he quickly gets the ball back into the infield. Nice play in the deep corner by Ian Happ.
Yeah, that ball had double written all over it. It hits the sidewall. Ian does this about as good as any left fielder ever played here in Chicago. He gets that ball up the sidewall and gets it, and from his infield playing days, gets it and throws it like an infielder, but extremely accurate throw from that corner to second base. He has thrown many guys out at second, and now they really don't challenge him on that play.
Jake McCarthy at the plate, bunts it up the middle, field it. Oh no. Amaya and Maton softly collide. And no one was able to grab the ball. McCarthy with a bunt single, advancing to second on the play. Julian.
Yeah, kind of an odd play with 2 outs and a man on. You usually want your guys to swing, not bunt. This ball bunted right in front of the mound or in front of home plate. Little miscommunication by Amaya. Yeah, and you know, it's just one of those things. Amaya and Maton probably either both called it at the same time, didn't hear each other, but kind of an odd play.
Time call. Tommy Hotovy out on the mound, having a conversation with Cabrera, catcher Miguel Amaya, the rest of the Cubs infield. Jake McCarthy now with 3 hits tonight, all of them singles. Former Diamondbacks outfielder, was the 39th overall pick in 2018, and a big-time high school football star in Scranton, Pennsylvania. Rushed for 6,000 yards at Scranton High School, 80 touchdowns, both school records.
We're coming in live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Time call by Miguel Amaya. He steps in front of home plate and starts giving out signals to the rest of the infield. Can you explain what that's about?
Yeah, he's giving signals to let the infielders know if they do a double steal and they take off, where he's going to throw the ball. So that way the other guys hold their ground.
Willie Castro at the plate. The pitch inside. Curve that missed, 1-0.
So if he was going to throw the ball to third, the middle infielders don't have to, one of them doesn't have to go to the bag. If he's going to throw through to second, then Bregman does not have to leave his spot.
Makes sense. Here's the 1-0. That's a called strike. Slow-moving breaking ball that floated into the zone. 1-1. Willie Castro 1 for 3 tonight, with a couple of runs batted in, including a ribby double in the 4th. Castro switch hitter batting from the left side. Maton deals, breaking ball way outside, 2-1.
Yeah, that one kind of squirted out of his hand. He's going to ask for a new ball. When you're a breaking ball guy, Maton throws a lot of different breaking balls, a little different arm angle. Really, the baseballs are a big deal for those guys. Make sure they get a good feel of the ball and they're rubbed up properly.
A long set, the 2-1. He's low. There's a fastball, 3-1 the count.
It's a big pitch in the ball game here. Cubs are down by 3. 2 men on 2 outs. Castro has been hot here lately. Well, you really want him to hit about a 1-hopper right to Nico.
Let's see if it happens. The 3-1 delivery. Swing and a miss. Sinking fastball from Maton. Count is 3-2.
Yeah, a little two-seamer, but it's not down, it's up. It's probably a ball high. Castro put a big swing on it, but came up empty.
All right, so men at first and second now for the Rockies. Full count with Castro at the plate. 2 away here in the top of the 7th. Maton looking to work out of the jam and preserve the game where it is. The pitch. Runners go, and the pitch is fouled back by Castro off the screen. Do it again.
Another two-seamer. Castro put a big swing on that one and just underneath.
5-2 Rockies, 2 on, 2 away. Top of the 7th. Maton on the mound, Castro at the plate. Righty-lefty matchup. And here comes the pitch. This is fouled off the foot of Castro. You could hear him screaming with the excellent field mic placed down there before the game by our engineer Rich Wyatt.
That was a good pitch. Maton with that two-seamer started out inside, comes back to the inside corner. And I don't think Castro thought it was a very good pitch, but excellent for Maton.
Just fouled that off his purple shoe, the front one.
Yeah, that one, that was a direct hit on the big toe. That does not feel good at all.
Yeah, there's no protection inside the cleats. So a direct hit feels like a direct hit. Julian at second, McCarthy at first. 2 away, 3-2 the count on Castro. Maton sets above the belt. The kick and pitch. Low and inside, ball 4. And now the bases loaded for Colorado with 2 away in the top of the 7th, and T.J. Rumfield due up.
And that'll bring out Craig Counsell. And I believe we're going to get a pitching change as Counts just points to the bullpen.
Hard-throwing right-hander Trent Thornton has been warming up. Pitching changes by the Cubs, sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Let's take a timeout. Rockies threatening, bases loaded, 2 away here in the top of the 7th. Colorado a 5-2 lead over the Cubs. On the score on the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans.
Cianfrocco is going to get at least a double. There's that tough corner. Throw coming in. It's way over. I don't know what happened. It might have hit the stands. And the Padres have scored a run on that play.
Watch this. He goes down, picks it up, and he gets a piece of paper between the ball and his fingers.
That's the weirdest play I've seen in forever.
This is my 1994 Topps card. This is an action shot. You know, I have no idea what I did this pitch, but it shows me, you know, good form, you know, head down, looking at the path of the ball, swing, the bad front leg sort of straight. Yeah, I think that was a good at bat. I'm gonna swear by it. I think I hit a home run this time.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play, only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Out of the rubber, Thornton 2-2 in 13 games with the Cubs this season, an ERA of 2. Spectacled. We've joked about this on the pregame show. Thornton says, yeah, I know I look like an accountant. And he does. The kick and pitch. Rumfield looks at a strike. Slow-moving breaking ball that floats into the zone. 0-1. Thornton broke into the big leagues in 2019 with Toronto. Last few years with Seattle, now with the Cubs. The 0-1 swing and a tap foul at the plate. A cutter from Thornton. 0-2 the count on Rumfield.
Good curveball and then cutter in on the hands of Rumfield from Thornton. This ball boring in on him. It took a bite out of the quad of Amaya. That's going to be another ice bag tonight. Catchers take their beatings, boy.
And they sure do. 0-2 the count. Thornton delivers. And misses up high with a 96-mile-per-hour heater. 1-2 now on Rumfield. Rumfield calls time, steps out of the box. A lot of options now for Trent Thornton. He's shown fastball, curveball, cutter. Thornton sets chest high, works the 1-2 motion, and a line drive hit to left, angling toward the line. Happ now going back and makes the backhanded catch. Fooled a little bit on that one, but Happ able to make the play for out number 3, and the Rockies leave the bases loaded. Colorado up 5-2. It's time to stretch here at Wrigley Field. The 7th inning stretch sponsored by the Volvo XC90. Room for everyone, ready for wherever the road takes you. Here's the guest conductor, Dan Konopka.
All right, Cubs fans, let me hear you.
1, 2, 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, 'cause root for the Cubs. They don't win, it's a shame. 'Cause it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out, and they're all ball game. Let's get some runs!
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Craig Counsell. Listen to
Bryce Matthews, who struck out looking his first time up. Matthews getting the start in left field tonight. Matthews hits it in the air pretty well to center. Going back on it is Rafaela at the wall, looking up. See you later! Bryce Matthews with his first long ball of the year, right by the Phillips 66 home run pump, and the Astros lead 4-0. That went 434 feet just to the left of straightaway center, and it was 111 miles an hour off Matthews' bat.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
There's a new man on the mound for Colorado. Left-hander Brennan Bernardino takes over. Pete Crow Armstrong will lead things off here in the 7th for the Cubs. PCA hit a leadoff home run. The pitch and a ground ball hit hard to third, fielded wide of the bag by Castro. He ended up on one knee, gets up and fires a strike to first in time to get PCA one away.
Now, Pete smokes this ball the other way, right at Castro. It's going right through his legs. And he gets the glove down just in time, and it takes him down to his backside. Excellent play by Castro, and very good at bat. I love Pete shooting the ball the other way. But a very nice play by the third baseman for Colorado.
Alex Bregman at the plate. Looks at a cutter inside for ball one. Pitching changes by Cubs opponents are sponsored by Sloan. As Bernardino kicks and fires. And Bregman looks at a ball up high, 2-0. That was a change that missed. Sloan is the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at sloan.com. As Bernardino misses low with a sinker, 3-0. Bregman 0 for 2 with a walk. A swinging strikeout, and was also caught looking. The pitch. Called strike. 3-1.
Now see if Bregman gets good pitch to hit here. That last pitch, perfect pitcher's pitch on the outside corner.
The 3-1. Another called strike. Sinker. On the inner half, about knee high. Full count. Bregman waits. Lefty-righty matchup. Bernardino deals and misses inside, ball 4. So Bregman heads to first with one away here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Rockies up 5-2, and Michael Busch will stand in.
Now Bushy, in his last at bat, grounded out to first. He's walked 0 for 2 in the ball game. Cubs could use a big swing in the bat for Michael. See if we can get a little hanging breaking ball here.
The pitch is a breaking ball that floats into the zone for strike. 0-1. Did it hang? Yeah, it did. It was right at the top of the zone. The next pitch off the outside, 1-1.
Cubs need a big swing in the bat. That's what they really need. They need a 2 or 3 run homer to get them back jump started into this game.
The pitch. Bush swings, drills one deep in the air, left center field. Racing back, Carrick at the wall, leaps and makes the catch along the ivy for out number 2. And racing back to first, Bregman ahead of the throw from Carrick. What a play by the rookie center fielder.
This ball's really well struck, the wind blowing out, but I think Michael got this ball off the end of the bat just enough to keep it in the ballpark, as this ball's just about straight away center field, maybe a touch towards left center, but jumping up into the ivy, Carrick makes a really nice play.
So here is Seiya Suzuki. He's capable of that big swing you talked about. The pitch is a breaking ball inside, 1-0. Seiya is 1 for 3 tonight with a single. Enormously powerful right-handed batter. Hits out of a crouch, extends the hands high over home plate. Bregman at first, 2 away, 5-2 Rockies. The pitch, Seiya fouls it out of play off to the right. 1-1. Bernardino works on the first base side of the rubber. The pitch is outside, 2-1, missed with a cutter. Big hole on the right side of the infield for Suzuki. Now the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Sinking fastball, 2-2. Right down the middle. Seiya couldn't connect. Bernardino leans in, gets the sign, now kicks and fires. Line drive down the right field line. This will drop in fair and bounce over the side wall for a ground rule double. But now men at second and third for the Cubs with 2 away, and Ian Happ due up.
Now, he talked about needing a big swing. This would be the guy to do it. Ian leading the Cubs in home runs. This ball by Seiya, he wasn't really sure where that ball went when he hit it. He took a swing, it jammed him, and he was looking out towards left center, then realized the ball was going down the right field line. He did. I mean, it's happened to all of us. And that ball hits on the warning track going down the line and bounces up into the stands.
Doubles by Cubs batters, sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Reliable, comfortable, convenient. Southwest just makes sense. Time called. Pitching coach Alon Leishman on the mound, having a conversation with Bernardino and the catcher Sullivan. Cubs threatening, men at second and third. 2 away, but Ian Happ represents the tying run at the plate. Rockies up 5-2 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. So when that happens and you lose sight of where you hit the ball, where do you look?
Well, you swing and it's not going to left. You've got somewhat of an idea. You pick it up pretty quick. It's not that tough, but there's a split second you lose sight of where the ball is going. But just a quick second.
Happ waits. Here's the pitch. He swings and hits one softly on the ground to short. Fielded by Tovar, running through to first in time to get Happ out number 3. The third baseman, Castro, almost collided with Tovar as both were going for that ball. But the
people are welcoming, they're loving, they're caring. So if you're looking for a familial feel, definitely Asheville.
It's Asheville. That's all you got to say.
Yeah.
They're excited to be back and back on their feet, so it's been awesome to see the rebuild.
Winning or losing, like everybody's there having a good time rooting us on, so I've always enjoyed that the whole year.
You play here at the tourist park and you feel like you're back in the old days playing real baseball.
Nestled right into the mountains there.
That's right on a cliff.
Early's had a good day. 2 hits for him. Swing
to right. Birdie admires that one. She is long gone. Is it too early to say, holy cow? I think it is right on time. The Cardinals strike again. Two-sided with 2 strikes. That ball was absolutely destroyed.
What a 6th inning. Goosebump moment here at the ballpark for everybody.
And go, Cubs, go!
Southwest Airlines is the official airline of your Chicago Cubs. And you can bet your sweet Cubbies we fly to their away games. Hint, hint.
Top of the 8th inning here at Wrigley Field. Rockies up 5-2. Trent Thornton on the mound. Hunter Goodman at the plate. First pitch is a called strike. Slow-moving sweeper that floated into the zone. 0-1.
This 8th inning is sponsored by Cars for Kids. 877 Cars for Kids. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today, Z.
Goodman, the cleanup man. He swings, and it's a high fly ball deep right. Shaw going back right at the track, angling toward the line. Makes the catch for out number 1. The wind making that one carry probably further than it normally would. The first out, sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that.
Yeah, Cubs in this ballgame have done a good job against Goodman. He's 0 for 4 today. He's been their best hitter all season long.
Now the batter, Troy Johnston. Left-handed hitter against the right-hander Thornton. The pitch. Low and inside, 1-0. Tonight's attendance, 35,183, which means it's now time to see how we did with our guesses in the Binny's Beverage Depot attendance game. Thornton sets chest high, third base side of the rubber. The pitch inside almost hit Johnston with a sweeper. 2-0 the count. Coom, congratulations. You're the winner tonight with a guess of 36,000. We were all over.
Boy, big night in the Coomer house.
It always is.
Big win.
What are you going to do tonight?
Proud of you, Coom.
Thornton misses up high, 3-0.
Well, I do got my friends that are here tonight. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they all came here thanks to Yingling, so very nice.
Very, very nice. The 3-0 is in their first strike. Fastball from Thornton, 3-1.
Told you, one of the best places to go in Lamont. This Nick's. Sammy's here. His joint in Lamont. Great place. Go to the best burger in the southwest side. I'm a little jealous.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Here's the 3-1. Called strike. 3-2.
I did say since I was a kid, I've eaten more of his than I have my own burgers. So
no way.
Yeah,
really?
It's a legendary place in Lamont. You just got to get out of downtown once in a while, Z. That's all.
You're right. Been a little busy during the season. The payoff pitch is pop foul out of play off to the left. Now when the offseason rolls around, or a day off or two.
Schulte's had a bar stool there for quite a while, I think, that's for sure.
Yeah, they're all smiling. We know what that means. The payoff pitch up high, ball 4. Johnston draws a 1-out walk here in the top of the 8th. Rockies leading the Cubs 5-2.
And now you need a little ground ball. You need Thornton to make a good pitch, either the breaking ball or a little two-seamer, and get a ground ball maybe to Nico. Carrig, who's at the plate, not an easy guy to double up. He can run very well.
Switch hitter batting from the left side with a righty Thornton on the hill. Here's the pitch. It's low. Thornton having difficulty finding the strike zone. 1 on, 1 away. Top of the 8th. Cubs down by 3. Middle game of a 3-game set against the Rockies. Bush holding on Johnston at first.
Gonna watch him. He's trying to get that walking lead at first, but he did not go.
And Carrig fouled that last pitch back. 1-1 the count. It was a cutter boring in from Thornton. A reminder to stay tuned for the toast of the game presented by Binny's Beverage Depot coming up in the 9th inning with the Coom Dog. He's feeling it tonight. Throw to first. Johnston dives back in safely. Bush did not even have an opportunity to make a tag. Carrig 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Bregman playing in wide of third. The runner goes. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Throw to second by Amaya. Tag applied by Swanson. And Johnston's out trying to steal. 2 away.
Johnson gets a good jump at first, actually. But this is a great pitch for Amaya to throw on. It's a pitch up and in the glove side. He comes out of there and throws an absolute strike to Dansby, and Dansby gets right down into that tag. Great tag by Dansby. Great throw by Amaya to get Johnston. But that's an excellent play by Amaya.
So 2 down, 2-1 the count on Carrig. Thornton delivers and misses low with a curve. 3-1. Boy, Amaya having a big night.
Yeah.
He's got 2 hits, a double, a single. A nifty play. A little dribbler in front of home plate. And then just threw out a runner. Called strike on the inside edge, a cutter. So the count is now 3-2 with Carrig at the plate.
And we'll go with that. Tough plays of the game, sponsored by Loyola Medicine. Loyola Medicine defines tough.
Thornton's ready. The payoff pitch. Low and inside, ball 4. So Carrig draws a 2-out walk. Carrig has excellent speed, as you mentioned earlier. Here comes Brett Sullivan, the catcher. 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored.
That last throw by Amaya might get everybody a little gun shy and trying to steal a bag.
Bregman playing almost halfway between second and third on the edge of the infield grass. The pitch to Sullivan misses. A fastball from Thornton. Off the outside, 1-0. Bush not holding on Carrig. He's playing in front of him. And now he jets back to first. Throw to first. And Carrig dives back in safely. Something that became popular years ago when Bobby Valentine was the manager of the Mets. He used to have John Olerud do that.
He did.
The runner goes. Here's the pitch. It's a called strike. Throw to second. Not in time as Carrig slides in safely ahead of the tag by Swanson. Brett Counsell holding the hand up. Checking with his replay man, Brad Moylan, to make sure.
Yeah, Carrig beat the throw to second base. Unless he didn't go straight into the bag, he's going to be safe, and he is.
Yep, Cubs are not going to challenge this. So 1-1 the count.
That situation that we just saw is the reason why I'm iffy on that run back to first play. Because where you start out as the first baseman well off the bag, you're giving the base runner an extra step and a half bigger lead. And if he doesn't give ground back when Michael goes back to the bag, he's got a bigger lead than he normally would.
Excellent point. That last pitch to Sullivan, low with a cutter from Thornton. 2-1 the count. Rockies up 5-2, 2 down. Here in the top of the 8th, the man at second. Excellent speed in Carrig. The batter, Brett Sullivan, left-handed hitter. The righty Thornton deals, and a line drive hit to deep right. Shaw's there on the edge of the track, makes the catch just to the right of the 368 marker for out number 3. And Carrig stranded at second. Middle 8, Rockies 5, Cubs 2 on the score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way, with real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
What in the world happened to Mike Sims?
Looks like he's hurting a little bit.
He really does.
Something inside the batting helmet.
Look at that.
Maybe he got a Q-tip stuck in there or something.
He is obviously in a little bit of pain.
It
was a bug. It looked like it was a pretty good sized
it was a moth,
varmint, too. Look at this.
It's a live moth.
Wow, we've seen it all now.
And if you want a Cy Young, 73, 5, and 6, I've got an extra 5.
And then it says, has worked as a TV commentator. You know, and I did start back in 1978. I did the Yankees and the Red Sox playing the one-game playoff. And ABC said if the Yankees win, Reggie will play, and then you'll go broadcast with Howard Cosell and Keith Jackson. And that's how I started my broadcast. And that's the Bucky Dent home run. So every time I see Bucky Dent, I go, thank you for making me a broadcaster.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Cubs down by 3 to the Rockies as we make our way to the bottom of the 8th inning. Hey, make your favorite players all-stars. Cast your 2026 Conway E-Baseball MLB All-Star ballot daily. Visit MLB.com/vote. Here's Zach and Coom.
Thank you very much, Judson. And a reminder to stay tuned for the Old National Bank Cubs radio postgame show, the official bank of the Cubs Radio Network with Judson Richards, following our festivities tonight here at Wrigley Field. Cubs playing catch-up as we start the bottom of the 8th inning. Rockies with a 5-2 lead. Victor Vodnik, the new man on the mound for Colorado to begin this last of the 8th. Hard-throwing right-handed pitcher. Nico Horner will dig in to be followed by Matt Shaw and then Miguel Amaya. I'm told the Rockies have made a whole bunch of defensive changes. We'll get you caught up to date in a sec as Horner looks at a ball inside, a slider that missed 1-0. Tyler Freeman is in the game, replacing the second baseman Edouard Julien, and he's playing right field. The pitch is a called strike fastball, 98 miles per hour, 1-1.
Now, Colorado did this last night. It was kind of like a spring training game. They just kind of subbed most of the lineup. They just kind of shifted guys all around.
Yeah.
But they have a lot of really good athletes, so you can't do that unless you've got a bunch of athletes that can play around the field. And this Rockies team is young, but they've got some guys that can move.
A 1-1 to Nico, a ground ball hit to deep short, backhanded by Tovar, sidearm throw to first in time. Horner's retired, 1 away. So Tyler Freeman is in right. Jake McCarthy, who started the game in right, moves to left field. Kyle Karros is the new third baseman, and Willie Castro moves from third to second, replacing Julien. Got it?
Sure.
One down, and the Cubs will send a pinch hitter to the plate. Michael Conforto will hit for Matt Shaw. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning, 5-2 Rockies.
Let's see if Conforto can jumpstart this Cubs offense here in the bottom of the 8th. Cubs down by 3.
Vodnik, the right-hander, works his motion, and Conforto looks at fastball for a ball, 1-0. He's up high. 99 miles per hour from Vodnik. The next pitch is a called strike, another fastball at 98 mph, 1-1.
Catch of the game today. It's sponsored by Catch Des Moines. Play is a real trip. So is Des Moines. Make it yours at Des Moines.
Conforto swings and misses, 1-2. These are live broadcasts, as Pat would say. Yeah.
Well, I thought he was going to fire and I was going to just stop, but then he held the ball, and I'm like, okay. Yeah.
Take 2?
Yeah, no, we're good.
All right.
CatchDesMoines.com. That's all we needed to say.
That is true.
Zach's going to make a trip to Des Moines, and we're going to catch Des Moines on the flip side. That's all.
Yeah, we love the great people of Des Moines. Here's the 1-2, and a line drive hit to left center field, ranging over McCarthy, and he makes the catch, 2 away.
Good at bat for Conforto. Obviously, you want to get a hit and get on base, but line drive, bullet in the gap. Just a nice play by McCarthy in left center.
And now the Cubs will send up another pinch hitter. Moises Ballesteros will hit for Miguel Amaya. Ballesteros, a left-handed batter, with the right-hander Vodnik on the hill. 2 down, bottom 8, 5-2 Rockies. Ballesteros waits. Vodnik leans in, acknowledges the sign from Sullivan, and now steps off the rubber. Time called by
pitch clock violation.
Yep. The home plate umpire, Willie Traynor, with an emphatic signal. So Ballesteros, you got to love this as a pinch hitter when you step into the box and the count is 1-0.
Now you're almost assured to get a fastball.
At nearly 100 miles per hour, the pitch, a bouncing ball hit to second, fielded on a high hop by Castro, throw to first in time. That was a fastball. 99 mph by Esteros, retired. Cubs go down in order in the 8th. We head to the 9th. Colorado.
Well, this is the most famous jersey in baseball, right? The Yankee pinstripes, interlocking NY, in the Midnight Navy. I was a Yankee fan growing up my whole life, die hard, and became a free agent after 7 years with the Rockies, and I wanted to be a Yankee so bad. Putting this jersey on for a headshot for the first time, it felt different than any other shirt I'd ever put on in my career.
Ground ball towards second. Once more for Marte. Sliding grab. What a play. Hernandez is going back at the wall, and he made the catch.
Jackson Merrill back at the wall. He leaps and makes the catch. Merrill robs a home run.
That is stroked to left field. Newbar dives. He makes the catch.
Austin Martin sprawling out with another spectacular catch.
Converging are Pete Pearl Armstrong and Ian Happ. Pete makes the sliding catch.
Tucker will pick it up. They're going to send a runner. Throw to the plate. Tucker,
Rolled to third. That's a fair baseball. It's Keith making the play.
Left side of the infield. Mason Wynn has it. His throw to first. He got it. Ball to short. Mason Wynn. He's got it. Runs to the bag. Throws on the run. And he got it.
What a play by Mason Wynn. One of his best of the year.
Chasing it, Peraza, long run, and Peraza makes the catch. Ground ball to third. Backhanded by Beatty. Long throw across the diamond, picked by Wagaman in time for the out.
Products siding with the Cubs. Learn more at jameshardy.com.
Cubs trail the Rockies 5-2 as we make our way to the 9th inning. The 9th inning is sponsored by Circa Resort and Casino. Get ready for the time of your life. CircaLasVegas.com. Here's Zach Zaiden.
Thank you very much, Judson. Top 9. 5-2 Rockies. Gavin Hollowell, right-hander. New man on the mound for the Cubs. Called up from Iowa prior to tonight's ball game with Daniel Palencia placed on the injured list. Ezekiel Tovar at the plate. First pitch swinging. Pop fly. Shallow right near the line. The new right fielder Conforto giving chase, but this one's in the stands for a foul ball. 0-1.
And if you haven't heard, Pat and I are on Patreon. It's a group called Inside the Booth with Pat and Ron. Join at patreon.com/Pat and Ron. We have a member of the week. Stephanie T is our member of the week. We do weekly videos. We do a live video once, I think, every 2 weeks. But we've had a lot of fun, and thank you to everybody who's joined. We've had a lot of people contribute as that pitch thrown right past Tovar by Hollowell for a strike. But it's been a lot of fun. Pat and I have been doing this now for, a couple months now, and it's been a lot of fun. So hopefully you'll take a look. Patreon.com at Pat and Ron.
That sounds cool. I know it's cool.
Yeah, we've had fun with it. We've had some great questions. We've had some funny questions, too.
Oh, like? Oh, boy.
No, it's been good.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
No, it's been really good. It had Pat and I laughing pretty good on the road last road trip.
That last pitch misses outside. The 1-2. Tovar swings, and it's a pop fly shallow right near the line. Conforto jogging over in fair territory, makes the catch. One away.
A good pitch by Hollowell, that little crossfire. He's a big, tall guy, and kind of crossfires this fastball. And right at the end, it has a little bite to it, and he just gets the routine pop-up.
Pitching changes by the Cubs, sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Moises Ballesteros, by the way, remains in the game. He's behind the plate. Tyler Freeman digs in. Hollowell deals. Freeman looks at a fastball low. 1-0 the count. Hollowell kicks and fires. Yeah, that's a called strike. Fastball clocked at 94 miles per hour. Right near the bottom of the zone on the outer half. 1-1 on Freeman. The next pitch. Foul back off the screen to the right. 1-2. Hollowell in Iowa this season, 2-0 with a 3.63 ERA and 15 relief appearances. Prior to tonight, made one relief appearance with the Cubs this season. The pitch. Freeman fouls it off the netting to the right.
I think for Hollowell, he's got everything you need. He's got the big arm. He has a little deception in the windup. At the end of the day now, it's that last step, right? To start getting consistent command and staying out of the middle of the plate.
And the pitch inside. 2-2.
That was a good pitch. Now, it wasn't a strike, but he ran that one inside, and that's a setup pitch now against Freeman. See if he goes away and paints the outside corner.
Hollowell began his career with the Rockies. The pitch is foul back off to the right, out of play by Freeman. 2-2. Broke into the big leagues in 2022. Jersey native, played his college ball at St. John's. Hollowell's ready. The kick and pitch. High and outside. Freeman's worked a full count. And the payoff pitch. Tap foul at the plate. I say tap, but that one took a bite out of the foot of Freeman. And he went down in a heap. Count remains 3-2.
Yeah, that one got him off the back foot. He just kind of glancing shot over the knee. I think it was actually his knee.
Back knee, yeah.
Yep.
Oof. Home plate umpire Willie Traynor asking Freeman if he's okay. He's nodding yes.
First out in the inning, sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity. Imagine that.
The pitch. Off the outside, ball 4. A one-out walk for Freeman and the Rockies. Here in the top of the ninth with Colorado up 5-2.
Now, Bregman playing way in on the grass against McCarthy, just taking away the bunt.
Bunted for a single last time up. The pitch. He swings away, pulls it on the ground, foul off to the right. 0-1. McCarthy with 3 hits tonight, all of them singles. Wind continues to blow out to right. Bregman still playing way in at third. The pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Hollowell took something off that one.
Might be the best pitch he's thrown so far. Has a very good changeup. And McCarthy, as you said, is way out front of that change.
Edward Cabrera started for the Cubs, left in the 5th with what the Cubs are calling a right hand cramp. And the 0-2, low and inside. Anytime you see a starter, and the Cubs have had so many have to leave games this season, the list of things that run through your mind, right hand cramp is probably take a sigh of relief, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
The 1-2, Hollowell to McCarthy. Called strike 3. Fastball clocked at 95 miles per hour. It fooled McCarthy right along the outside edge at the bottom of the zone. 2 away.
But this ball doesn't have a lot of movement. It's just a dart right on the outside corner at the knees. This ball, about half the baseball in the strike zone. Perfect pitch by Hollowell to get the punch out.
And strikeouts by Cubs pitchers are brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealer. First one on the night for Hollowell. Here's the pitch to Willie Castro. It's outside. The runner goes. Throw to second. And Ballesteros nails the runner. Freeman trying to steal. Tag applied by Swanson. Out number 3. We head to the last of the ninth. Do the Cubs have another comeback in them? Rockies up 5-2 on the score. And the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Marte is 0 for 2 today. He's grounded out twice short.
And Marte unloads deep left center. For the first time in the big leagues, he's got yard in 3 consecutive games.
Level swing behind the baseball. My word.
This series has been the return to glory for Noelvi Marte. Bombs in all 3 games, all impactful. and this one ties it at 3.
He unloads on this one.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Somebody probably wants to hear about an Oral Hershiser card, and this is an odd one, because how many times do you see somebody placing sod at an AstroTurf field in Pittsburgh? I asked the groundskeeper at Dodger Stadium to cut me out some turf, and we traveled with our grass, so that momentum, that vibe from Dodger Stadium, and we started to win on the road, so the nickname, the Sod Squad.
Bottom of the ninth inning at Wrigley Field. Rockies 5, Cubs 2. New man on the mound for Colorado. It is right-hander Jaden Hill. 0-2 this season, a 5+ ERA in 29 games, 0 for 2 in save chances this season. Dansby Swanson due up, but the Cubs are going to send Pedro Ramirez to pinch hit. Switch hitter batting from the left side against the right-hander Hill, who works on the first base side of the rubber. Here's the pitch. Ramirez swings, drives one in the air to right. It's deep, but Freeman is there and makes a backhanded catch on the track just to the right of the 368 marker. One away.
I love this. He's first pitch swinging on the fastball, and he just catches this ball off the end of the bat enough to keep it in the ballpark. Very, very good swing by Ramirez. Got about 2 steps in front of the ivy and right.
Pitching changes by Cubs opponents, sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs. As Pete Crow Armstrong digs in, led off the game with a home run. The pitch off the outside, ball 1. Sloan is a leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at sloan.com. 5-2 Rockies, 1 down, bottom 9. Crow Armstrong waits for the 1-0. Hill delivers. And PCA takes a strike. Sinker at 96 miles per hour, 1-1.
So I think our toast to the game ball player today is going to be Miguel Amaya. How about that? 2 hits, double, single, and 2 great throws from behind the plate.
PCA fouls that last pitch back, 1-2.
So Miggy will be our toast to the game ball player for today. If you can't find it at Benny's, probably not worth drinking.
1 ball and 2 strikes. The count on Pete Crow Armstrong. 1 away, bottom 9, 5-2 Colorado. Crow Armstrong waits. Hill deals. PCA, it's a pop fly, medium range center field. Now coming in is Kerrigan. He makes the catch. Cubs are down to their final out. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs. So Alex Bregman represents the Cubs' last hope. 2 down, bottom 9, 5-2 Rockies. Hill works his motion, and Bregman looks at a ball up high. Fastball that missed, 1-0. Bregman 0 for 2 with 2 walks. And the pitch. Low and outside, 2-0. Hill works on the extreme first base side of the rubber. The pitch. Bregman fouls it back, 2-1. Wind blowing out to right. Cubs just trying to get men on base here with 2 away. The 2-1. Bregman swings and pops it foul out of play off to the right, 2-2.
He had a good fastball boring in on Bregman. Pretty good pitch. This guy with a high ERA, over 5, but very good arm. And, you know, sometimes pitching in Colorado, as we all know, is not the easiest thing in the world to do.
The 2-2. Foul back out of play by Bregman. Hill peers in, gets the sign from Sullivan. Works his motion and deals. The 2-2. Bregman breaks his bat as he fouls this one off to the right on the ground. Throws his bat in the direction of the Cubs dugout along the third base line. As Bregman gets a new bat.
And just out front of that slider by quite a bit. Hit it right off the cup of the bat.
Cubs down to their last strike. 5-2 Colorado. Here's the 2-2. Bregman pops it up on the infield right side. The first baseman Rumfield drifting back on the dirt and makes the catch for out number 3 as the Cubs hear it from the crowd. Rockies win 5-2 to even up this series at a game apiece.
Just one of those ball games for the Cubs today. You know, not a lot of offense today. 2 runs on 6 hits. Pete with the big home run to lead the game off. Cubs scored in the second and then just kind of got stifled, you know, here as the game went on. But, you know, tomorrow you come back and you might have a chance to win a series.
Back with the recap when we come back. Rockies win 5-2 on the score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Alex Bregman. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Rev up your rewards at the pump with the Club Citgo app. Join today and enter for the chance to win big with members-only sweepstakes, plus everyday savings that stack automatically. Start with 20 cents off per gallon on your first fill-up and save 25 cents per gallon on your first 4 purchases with Plus Pay. Hit Premier Status and unlock even more. So what are you waiting for? Download the Club Citgo app today and you're good to go. Savings good up to 30 gallons only at participating locations. Data rates may apply.
Baseball is all about the details. Choosing the right pitch, knowing which base to throw the ball to, or adjusting your swing.
And a leadoff laser on the south side.
That is his 29th career leadoff home run, his 5th this season.
Driven high in the air, belted, Blaze Jordan's first big league homer. Unreal.
This is an authenticated pitcher's duel, everybody.
Cam Schliver dodged some bullets, 7 innings. He gave up just 1 run.
7 Ks in 7 innings of 1-run ball for Kevin Gausman.
Shallow center field, diving in, catching Cody Clemens with his best defensive play in the outfield this season. Clemens diving, sprawling, great play, ending the 9th inning.
He has been absolutely dominant here today, and it took until the bottom of the 9th inning for the White Sox to do anything against him. Second time he's flirted with a no-hitter in the major leagues.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Cubs 2 runs, 7 hits, and no errors.
And there's the Miz, Vinny. The numbers speak for themselves. And a foul tip held on to by Contreras. Strike 3 at 105. 1-2 on Trey Turner. Got him. High heater at 104. 2 away.
This is what you call getting your doors blown off right here. Has absolutely no shot on this exploding fastball at the top of the zone. You see how it just takes off.
Got him! 104 again, and Miz strikes out the side in the first.
Go back and watch that inning over and over again. You won't see a starting pitcher ever look more dominant than Jacob Misiorowski just did in a 1-2-3 first.
He's done it! A complete game shutout for Jacob Misiorowski, and he strikes out 15.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Begins with a pregame show tomorrow.
They say it's a game of numbers, but el flow es completamente.
At the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
This Odyssey Sports broadcast has been presented by ZipRecruiter. Find out why 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try it free at ZipRecruiter.com/team.
Chicago Cubs baseball on WSCR 104.3 The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network has been presented to you in part by the Volvo XC90, Benny's Beverage Depot, Benjamin Moore, James Hardy Building Products, Laturo Tire, It's Not a Game, Illinois.com, Old National Bank, Roofers and Waterproofers Joint Apprenticeship Program, Joel Godwine, Sloan, Southwest Airlines, Xfinity, your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers, and Yingling, the oldest brewery in America.
Cubs talk on your ride home. Spiegel and Holmes, afternoons 2 to 6 on 104.3 The Score.
Honey, did you invite the minions over?
Hello. Well, you know how we talked about getting Wi-Fi from Xfinity?
Yeah.
I ordered it this morning, was online in minutes, then they showed up.
So they just came over to use the Wi-Fi?
They even brought their own devices and spellbook.
You didn't give them the new Wi-Fi password, right?
No.
That's good.
I gave them our old one. Because Xfinity lets us keep the same network name and password so devices connect instantly.
What do they want Wi-Fi for anyways?
Better not to know. Plausible deniability.
Get streaming or scheming instantly with same-day Wi-Fi from Xfinity. Plus, lock in one price for the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi for 5 years. Guaranteed. And see Minions and Monsters only in theaters. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Use of fiber coaxial cable. Learn more at xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi.
Corn isn't just grown here. It works here. Illinois corn is a real heavy hitter, leading the nation in output and driving a $148 billion economic impact statewide. From jobs and products to opportunities in communities across Illinois, corn keeps our economy moving season after season. From first pitch to the final out, corn delivers for Illinois. Learn more about our homegrown economy made possible with corn at watchusgrow.org/corn.
Summer's the time for making memories, not appointments. That's why there's Great Clips. You can use convenient online check-in to get in for a great haircut for less whenever you have time. Plus, their skilled salon stylists save your haircut details in clip notes, so you can get the same cut next time, no matter who you see. So what are you waiting for? Get in, get out, and get back to enjoying summer with time-saving haircuts at Great Clips. It's gonna be